Yo, it's fucking Tuesday night and we got the Knucklehead Comics in the fucking building. Fuck Flash. I don't give a shit what you think. I'm not watching it. And from what I'm hearing from the people that have, you can miss it. Now, we
Legit.
got Cabs back in the building. His name says it all. My man, what is good?
Well, first and foremost, these two zits on my forehead are real good right now. I just had to come back. I'm a little... Yeah, Flash was weird.
Yeah.
I'm Gal Gadot, I love you, but goodbye.
Her cameo made no sense in this. It was like,
my opinion, that shit was contractual. I'm gonna spoil stuff real quick if you don't mind. Yeah. Ben Affleck, I love you. One of my favorite Batman. Goodbye.
Yep.
Jason Momoa, you've been goodbye. Oh my God!
Just come back as Lobo. Come back as Lobo.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy, son? The movie wasn't bad, but like it was some fun parts. It was some fun parts, but it just... I want to root for DC so bad. It just felt so random. The movie was random. It's crazy because the first 10 minutes with the Batman car chase, this is the most agile you've ever seen Batman in any movie. I was like, oh shit, let's go. The CG was looking a little weird, but you know, we used to that around here. Yeah. But it was looking so good. And then Wonder Woman shows up, although brief, very funny cameo. It was hilarious. And then she just leaves. Thanks, Gal Gadot, your services. Appreciate it. And then from that point on, that movie just gets so weird. They did like this weird Quicksilver slow motion. Toe! The running toe, you would have thrown up in this one.
I told the minute I saw it, I was like, yo, why is he swimming?
Son,
it looks like he's fucking swimming.
I got my comic book movie buddy that always goes with me. When I saw this, I was like, I didn't know that you decided not to watch it. I didn't know at the time. And I was like, yo, Toe just got up out of the theater. Toe just walked out. Toe just walked out. Bro, they acknowledge how goofy it is in the movie, though. They acknowledge it. There's a point, and I'm spoiling, there's a point where current timeline Flash loses his abilities. And he tries to do and runs around. And he's running like this. And they're like making fun of it in the movie. They acknowledge that it's bad. So weird. But anyways, they have this like right after all of that cool Batman stuff. The first 10 minutes of this movie's gold. Then, wow. Then there's this weird like X-Men kind of like section and stuff. It was yo, Ty.
Yo, don't be afraid to tell Taekwondo to fuck off.
No, I know. I tell him all the time, but that was crazy. I went to get the milk, Ty. I came back though. I came back. So yeah, it was like this weird Quicksilver overly done. Can we stop the Quicksilver slow motions? Bury that scene, bury that graphic, bury that whole thing. It's not cool anymore. It wasn't cool the second time when they did it in Days of Future Past, really. Oh, wait. Was it? Who knows?
Age of Apocalypse.
It wasn't funny the second time. It was cool the first time. Get over it. But this is weird thing with these babies, and the babies look weird.
Yo, they put a baby in a microwave. That baby should be dead.
Bro, so weird. You know what sucks about this? You know what sucks about this movie, though? Because...
Bro,
so there was... Okay, let me explain it. Let me set the scene. So, in this movie, Flash is essentially the Justice League's like janitor. That's what he calls himself. Yeah. And most of the shit that he's cleaning up is Batman's mess. So, yeah. So Batman is doing some shit. Some building is collapsing. The infirmary up top is like nothing but newborn babies. So the building is collapsing. The babies all fall out the window, and Flash is doing the Quicksilver thing where he's like moving stuff in slow motion and saving all of them. And the CG looks horrendous. The babies look weird as hell.
You could tell they're dolls at this point. Like they didn't even try to make it look like babies.
One of the babies, he puts it in a microwave to like save it and keep it out of harm's way. It was ridiculous. I'm talking about the first 5 to 7 minutes of this movie was great. From the baby on, it was weird. You know what's really weird about this movie? That Ezra Miller actually did a good job.
That's what I hated about this movie.
He did a good job.
You don't want to root for them because it's like we want them out of the fucking DCU.
Yeah, they did a great job seeing both of them and the two different Flashes, and it's kind of like with this alternate timeline Flash who's kind of more goofy than regular Barry Allen. So you see Barry Allen kind of take the father role. It worked, and Barry Allen was funny. It was actually funny, and it's like, if none of that crap ever happened, well, here's my biggest disappointment, my biggest takeaway of this movie. If it wasn't for all the Ezra stuff that happened, we wouldn't have to spoil so much of the movie to get people hyped with the Michael Keaton thing. And the Michael Keaton didn't feel as good as we all wanted it to. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, it was kind
great.
of a letdown.
It was great. I wouldn't call it a letdown. It's just that we knew it was gonna happen. So like, if they could have saved this, right? So how this comes to be, right? And I'm sorry for taking so much time.
Nigga, we take always the first hour to just bullshit.
Yeah. So he creates this. Barry Allen Flash creates this world with no metahumans. Although there is a metahuman, just so happens to be locked up somewhere in Russia. Yeah. But new timeline Barry is a goof, and he has some roommates that he's living with, and they have it's kind of like a funny scene, and they're like, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that, something like that. And one of the roommates goes, I'm Batman. And Ezra goes, what did you say? Barry Allen's like, what'd you say? She's like, I'm Batman. And he's like, oh, snap, you guys got a Batman in this universe? She's like, yeah, of course we do. So, like, if we didn't know it was going to be Michael Keaton, everyone's heads would have been racing there. Is it going to be Christian Bale? Is it going to be George Clooney? It can't be Val Kilmer. Val Kilmer is not acting anymore. Is it going to be Michael Keaton? Are you kidding me? Is it going to be someone completely different? I think that would have serviced it a lot because, when you do go up to Wayne Manor, it's like destroyed. They try to recreate it, kind of like the Tim Burton films. They did a good job. It looks like the Tim Burton kitchen.
Yeah,
and the back. It was cool, but we all knew it was going to happen. So it felt wasted. This movie felt so random. It felt phoned in. It felt like they just wanted to just get it out of there already, reset this universe. But it kind of didn't reset the universe with the end of the movie and the post-credit scene.
They made it so there's somewhere to go. Like, Bad Blood said it best, that he was like, oh, they made a direction of where they could go next. I'm like, this is supposed to be it. We're not supposed to be able to continue.
That's what I'm saying. Blow it up, bro. Blow up the DCU.
This should have been, we should have been done with this.
Blow it up.
Also, only one thing I had a problem with Keaton, this is why I say it was a letdown. I felt like they made him, Batman's not supposed to feel like he's human. We shouldn't be able to see as much like, oh damn, like I get it's old man Batman, but it's almost like why is he this, like he's bleeding out at points in this movie.
He gets roughed up.
Like, why is Batman so fragile? Like, this shouldn't be a thing.
But he's an older Batman. He is fragile. I kind of get that. And he's been out of the game for a minute. This felt more like it's kind of like a last hurrah, which I love that trope. The old cowboy, saddling up one last time. I love that trope. But it was the whole time with him and Flash wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
And Supergirl was great.
Yep.
Shout out, she's a Latina. Shout out to Colombia. I love it, but she was Adam Warlock in this movie. Did not need to be there whatsoever. Like, whatsoever.
Yeah.
Hold on, not even to fight Zod?
Bro,
No.
that's the funny part, because within this multiverse that they had, Zod killing her for her blood was like a nexus point. And no matter how much they tried to rewind,
it just kept happening.
it kept happening. She and Batman kept dying.
Yes, it was like she had no chance. Like it was just instant. Like
it was
dead,
so
dead.
weird.
I was like,
and bro,
what was the point of bringing her in? Like she had no. It was like, what the
you could have been any other like cool meta-human that could have. Like the point of her was for Zod to kill her and take her blood. And essentially, what Barry, the theme here was that Barry had to let go of the death of his mom and not try so hard to fix it. And once he decides not to fix it and just let things be, everything goes back to normal. And this all alternate universe with Zod, and it's so weird because it's like you make a alternate reality with no metahumans, but Zod, his generals, and Supergirl are still there.
So, all right, two things. One, that is the Flashpoint comic, so that's cool.
I get it, but we didn't need to do that.
The Kryptonians are not metahumans; they're Kryptonian.
Well, yeah, but still, it's like it felt patched together, so it didn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like to me at least, and it didn't make sense. And the last thing I would say is their representation of the multiverse. It looked bad. It was cheesy. You know, bringing back those cameos of the Superman did nothing to me. Did nothing.
Yeah,
it was a fun film, but unnecessary.
I got two questions for you. One, and we're going spoilers, and I'm not going to watch this. I don't give a shit. Does Nicolas Cage show up as Superman?
Yeah.
Yes, in one of those alternate worlds.
One of those weird
fighting a giant
robot
spider.
Yes.
that was the movie plan they had.
Yeah.
That was what the movie was.
You know what sucks though? Can I tell you what sucks and why those cameos piss me off? Because this was basically like Arrowverse Flash. They took a lot from Arrowverse Flash here. And I didn't see a shout out to that Barry Allen at all.
Yeah, I was like, how do you show everything else but that one?
Like Ezra Miller's Flash was in the Arrowverse Flash. No mention to that Barry Allen whatsoever. And I'm like, we're going to put Nick Cage in here. We're going to put Christopher Reeves in here. No mention to that Flash at all. And apparently George Clooney shows up.
Yep.
So this when Flash made everything okay again, the one thing he didn't make okay was the Batman that they used. So the car pulls up, and I thought it was going to be Bale, but no, they chose George Clooney for this weird cameo. Everything felt stitched together. There's a lot of elements that they took from other movies. So the reason my name is James Gunn Take the Wheel, James Gunn Take the Wheel, is because when James did Guardians, it was so different from what we've seen from the MCU at that point. So I hope he keeps that same energy with the DCEU. Make it your own thing. Don't look at anything else. Just do what you know what to do. Have fun with these characters. Give them time to build. And let's have a good time. Just to destroy the DCEU. I wanted this movie to be good. You guys know me. I tell you all the time. I want to root for DC, but things got really weird like years ago. Like, honestly, Wonder Woman 1, Suicide Squad, and maybe Man of Steel, and I'm done with everything else.
Yeah.
Here's my second question. So my boy saw it, and he said that their explanation of the multiverse was better than Marvel's explanation of the multiverse. But he's going to explain why.
So let me tell you why. Keaton's Batman explanation of the multiverse was easier to follow, so maybe it's better. So he explained it with spaghetti strings, right? I know that sounds weird, but basically he took like stiff spaghetti and put it all together like this, right? And it's just constant time flowing. But he says, on some points, our Nexus events, they just, no matter what you do, they won't stop. So people, and Ezra, Flash kind of figures this out because he's like, yo, he finds a pen that Bruce has and it says from Alfred Pennyworth. And he goes, yo, so you have an Alfred here too. And he's like, yeah. So basically, he takes one of the strands of spaghetti, puts it over one, and turns it horizontally, and basically says that even though time is going like this, there's certain points that'll overlap each other.
They have to happen no matter what.
They have to happen no matter what, and certain branches come out of there. So I actually thought it was a cool way to explain the multiverse. And then he said, but what you did, Flash, and started rearranging and going haywire with everything, you just made a bowl of noodles. And he literally dropped a bowl of noodles.
It was an easier way to understand it, but it was just like the fact that it was spaghetti, it was like.
Basically, he just said that the multiverse is linear time streams going forward, and there's nexus points that bring everything together. Like some things are meant to happen. And then Flash, very Flashpoint, but also very Doctor Strange, trying to bring back what's her face?
Rachel
from What If?
I think it was Rachel.
Yeah, so pretty much doing the same thing.
Oh, that's the actress.
Flash is stuck in this, like a future self of Flash is like stuck in this like multiverse representation, and he's just trying to do everything he can to like bring his mom back, and like he's like really messed up at the time. It really was a cool way to. I like the spaghetti analogy, or at least the one where he like makes it horizontal. Says there's always going to be nexus points. There's unstoppable moments that just always gonna happen. I thought that was pretty cool.
That to me was the best because it gave that theme. It's like, okay, so no matter what, this is gonna have to happen. It already told us how this movie was gonna go in a sense.
And it sucks that this happened to Flash with crazy ass Ezra and everything that they've been doing, because this was the best I've seen Ezra on screen.
Yeah,
it's sad to say because Ezra's a douche, but this was the best I've seen Ezra as Flash. So it's pretty sad. Kind of gave a nice performance with these two Barryanas that he was doing. So it's actually pretty sad that when we finally like their on-screen performance, they're such a dick in the real world,
Yeah, I had sympathy for them in that movie. Especially like the goodbye. I was like, oh man.
Yeah. It was
like, that hurts, but then it's like, yo, but fuck them though. Like they're a horrible person.
It was rough, and it was rough to see. Obviously, loss is never easy, and I think that they did a good job with like just how both Barrys had to deal with this.
Yeah.
But overall, James Gunn take the wheel.
Yeah.
Just blow up the DCEU and let's start fresh. Apparently, I don't know the lady's name, but Supergirl, the Colombian girl, apparently she's in talks to continue. I'm with it.
I just saw that earlier.
She was super cool, but just unnecessary. She was literally just meant to die.
It was like if they would have just showed her and done nothing else, would have been better.
Yeah, she was useless. And so Flash. Sorry, last thing.
Keep going. No. Let it go. Let it out.
This was so weird.
Let it out.
This one was weird because, okay, so they get her out of there, right? She says her thanks. She goes and pulls up to Zod, and she's kind of like peeping the scene, seeing what Zod is doing. Back at the Batcave, Ezra's trying to replicate the thunder and chemicals that fell on him so that he can become Flash. Yeah. They're trying to recreate that in the Batcave with like thunder. The first one doesn't work.
Yeah,
basically almost killed him.
Yeah, and then it almost kills him. And then Supergirl comes out of nowhere, and she's like, "I got it." And I was like, "So you just down with the cause? Like, weren't you just doing
like you didn't care a little while ago? Like what?
You weren't just doing recon?" And I get it; these guys saved your life, but you have something to do. You were just doing recon over there. You were just peeping Zod and the generals what they're doing, and all of a sudden she's down with the team. It was the weirdest Justice League you'll ever see in your life. The movie felt stitched together. You can tell that there's a lot of parts they took in, maybe added later. It just, again, decent 6.57. It was actually funnier than I thought it was, than I thought it would be. If you want to be a dick and get away with like a 5, you can do that. 5 out of 10. I'm gonna give it a 6.5.
I'll give it a 6.
I want the Ben Affleck Batman motorcycle chase scene was so cool.
Yeah,
The way he was jumping, you never seen Batman. It was like Spider-Man out there, bro. It was cool. It was cool. And then the little scene with Gal Gadot at the end, at that end of that scene was cool. But then everything else is.
It's like we could have had that Batman for the rest of it. But the way when he's having that combo after, it's like, yo, what happened to Ben Affleck?
So so I was like, bro, we can't get Batman, Michael Keaton, and Batman Ben Affleck to just interact for a bit. Yo, after the multiverse stuff begins to happen, we don't see Ben Affleck again.
Nope.
So it's like, imagine, I would have loved that, just like in when old Batman shows up in those cartoons, that young Bruce and him meet, and Terry McGinnis is right there. This was in Batman Beyond. It would have been like, still alive, huh? That would have been so cool. Between two Batman, why did we get that?
What's crazy is the trailer makes you think you're gonna get something like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, nope. We got
honestly, I think Ben Affleck and Gal Gadot were just there to contractual obligations.
Yeah, this was like, hey, you guys still got one film. Here you go.
Yeah.
Peace.
The biggest wasted opportunity was not have Batman, hop around the multiverse for Barry and like look for him. Because Batman loves the Flash. He loves him. Yeah. Legit loves him. And I don't know, I would have loved to see just a quick 2 seconds of like Batman like talking to each other.
Yeah, that was a miss. Like that conversation would have been nice.
And maybe I don't know why they didn't do it. Obviously, I don't know, but that would have been fun to see. But yeah, you don't need to see it. You don't need to see it. You don't need to see it. You can just move on. Don't go watch Aquaman 2. Don't blow it up.
It's like at this point, I don't know if I want to watch Aquaman 2 now.
I'm done. I'm not seeing any DC until it's a new James Gunn project.
What about Blue Beetle?
My bad. For the culture. For Cap. For Cap, I'm gonna do that. For Cap, I'll do that. Yeah.
Yo, listen. I saw the first 2 trailers and I was like, okay, this looks like it's gonna be something different than what we got. Then I saw the 3rd and 4th trailer and I said, nope. This is Batman vs Superman. This is Batman vs Superman.
I was thinking more like Ant-Man 2, but I see where you're coming from.
Because it's like you promised so much, but you just showed me you can't deliver. Something in these commercials just showed me that you're not delivering on this.
The theatrical trailer that I saw during Flash actually looked fun, but it was just bits and pieces of everything we've seen. I'm gonna watch it for the culture.
No, I'm talking about Flash.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not talking about Blue Beetle. I saw the trailer for Blue Beetle when I saw Transformers.
Okay.
Did you guys see it?
I did not see Transformers, but I saw the theatrical trailer for Blue Beetle. Yes, I did.
And I was like, okay, this looks good.
Yeah, it looks fun.
And the reason why I'm saying this is because the kid they got to play Blue Beetle from Cobra Kai looks legit.
Yeah, he does.
He's in the suit moving and doing all this other stuff.
Yeah.
It's not nothing new, but they showed a little bit more of it, and it's like, okay, this motherfucker has a martial arts background, and he's showing it in here.
Yes.
And it's okay. This is legit.
Yeah.
Because you know how some people you see things and like this looks fake as shit.
Yeah.
This looks fake as shit. This
guy
looks legit.
Like Iron Fist.
Yeah. Yeah, no, seriously. This guy looks this looks like if
Sorry, Cap. Sorry, Cap.
Yeah, if you gave Iron Man to a kid that was that was a Bruce Lee fan or some shit, you know what I'm saying? But yo, when I think it was Lay or you put up in the group chat that if this movie does good, Ezra Miller will come back for Flash 2. That's when I decided I'm not watching this movie.
Yeah. Well, you got your wish. It didn't do well.
Yeah, it's
And I don't know if it's because of Ezra. I mean, it has a lot to do with Ezra for sure. But don't worry, you got your wish. Yo, blow up the DCE. You blow it up, bro.
The cinema score was, I think, a B+, which means the people who did go see it weren't overly enthused about it.
Yeah.
But I think they did a disservice by having all those reports come out saying that this was the greatest fucking movie.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the best comic book movie ever.
It's because I feel like everyone expected it to again have that. They were going in like, oh, it's Keaton. It's all this. It has to be good. And then you go in and it's like, fuck. You know what's funny? I was watching back one of the older episodes of this, and you guys were so fucking claiming it was gonna be the best movie ever. And then, yeah, this wasn't it.
Well, I wasn't claiming that. I was just reporting on what they were saying.
And
we wanted it to we wanted to get the closure that we got in Endgame. You know, we wanted closure at the very least. Just because this is the end of it doesn't mean you gotta phone it in.
That's what it should have been. It should have had at least something that's like, you know what?
But I mean, what you gonna close? Everyone's off doing their own thing anyway, so you know.
It should have been more like No Way Home.
Which is kind of what they were going for, but I mean Keaton was good, but like,
how necessary was it? Right?
You know what the problem is?
It should have actually been. I mean, Keaton's cool, but he should have been one of the cameos, and it actually should have been Jeffrey Dean Morgan playing Thomas Wayne.
Yes,
like in the comics.
The problem
because it
with
wasn't
movies
exactly
like this,
Flashpoint, but yeah, there was. I mean, clearly they took off of it.
The problem with movies like this is you basically tell us your imagination can run wild because now the multiverse is here and anything is possible. And when you watch the original Flash or the Flashpoint cartoon movie that they made, you know the comics, you even see the Flashpoint that they did in the TV show.
Mm-hmm.
You're going, yo, there's so much. Yo, the fucking Crisis on Infinite Earth.
Yeah.
On the CW had Ezra Miller in it.
Yeah.
It had other Flashes.
Yeah.
The original Flash from the TV show back in the 90s. He played two different Flashes. He was this guy's father. And you sit there and go, yo, on the TV show, they could do so much shit.
Yo,
so much shit.
So much better on that. It was like,
and,
what the fuck was that?
And then we sit here and we're like, yo, Ezra Miller could go back in time and we could see all these Batmen, right? And just like you said, play Wayne's father. You could have had Lady Gugu play the Harley Quinn that's there now.
Lady Gugu.
You know what I'm saying? Like you could have had her play the Harley Quinn that Thomas Wayne's fighting. You know what I'm saying? You could have did so much shit with everything. And it's not out of the realm of possibilities. Like you had Keaton there. You couldn't have, like you said, Batman Beyond. Like, yo, throw it all in there. Throw it all in there.
You would have gotten an extra 0.5 in a rating if I could have had Ben Affleck interact with Michael Keaton. I would have loved to see that. Like, you still around there, old guy.
Bro, that would have bumped it up to a 7.5 for me.
Ben Affleck, like, man, is this what we turned out to be? And Michael Keaton, like, no, this is what I turned out to be. Like, don't you know?
Like, all I needed was that nice monologue there. Like,
you know what? You know what's funny about that comment? They're both old Batman.
Yeah. Because Ben Affleck is old. Ben Affleck is old Batman. Michael Keaton is old Batman. But to Ty's question, here's the real question: why is Flashpoint becoming the default Flash storyline? I think this just went with Flashpoint to try and reset everything that was happening here.
So I think is there's two major Flash storylines: Flashpoint, in which he essentially learns his Uncle Ben moment.
Yeah,
you got to let it go.
Yeah, let it go.
The other one is, I think, Crisis on Infinite Earth, where Flash actually gives himself up to save everybody and sacrifices himself. You can't really go with that storyline because the motherfucker dies. So you got one or two choices, You got.
I mean,
Might as well pick the one with the lesson.
you could have picked that one and had Wally West take over, but
Yeah, but I mean, think about it. Flashpoint is always the story they go with, and we almost always have to see the alley where Batman's parents get murked.
yo, so all right, on to greater pastures. I am not gonna spoil anything for you, but I am going to say, watch Transformers.
Really?
This is the best Transformers movie they made.
Really? I heard that shit was kind of in. But then again, I trust your choice. I trust you more than the. Not that I don't trust the people that told me, but they're not comic book geeks like you are.
Yo, to me,
does it have less people in it?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
There's literally.
Oh shit.
4 humans.
Shit.
In this fucking. This fucking movie.
Is one of them a mechanic?
No.
Okay.
One of them is an electrical engineer from the military.
We'll take that. We'll take that.
Yeah. So
Cap, did you go watch the movie too?
No.
Okay.
And this go ahead.
I didn't go watch the movie because even though I beat Diablo the story already and I'm going on to the next thing, my boys for the first time
grinding.
No, my boys jumped on for the first time.
Oh, so you were Sherpa.
And they were like, oh, they're level 20. So I had to go from brand new to level 20 to catch up to them to play with them.
Yeah, you got Sherpa. I got it.
Yeah. So I'm watching this movie and Transformers is Cap's thing. I watch the cartoons, Thundercats and all. That's Cap's thing. I'm wrestling. I'm watching this, and immediately I hit him up. I said, "Did you see the end credit scene?" He goes, "Nah." I said, "Oh baby, watch the movie."
Didn't we spoil that because we talked about like how we would do it?
No, we didn't.
Okay.
What is it? Is some like Beast War shit?
If you're gonna do that, hold on. Let me.
Yeah, mute yourself. You really want me to tell you what the end credit scene is?
Oh, not mute myself. I gotta mute you guys.
Yeah, mute.
Yeah, you could tell me. I'm probably not gonna go watch that.
Hold on.
I'm way away from Transformers, but it's just
okay.
Like, so some like Beast War shit.
All right, so I'm gonna cover my mouth so he doesn't read my lips.
Okay.
This movie takes place in 1994. The main character is from Brooklyn. He just got out of the army as an electrical engineer to take care of his brother who has sickle cell disease. He gets recruited by somebody to make money. He winds up fucking stealing Mirage.
Okay.
There's a key that can go between galaxies that Cybertron is trying to get, so he could go to this galaxy. Not Cybertron. Galvatron.
Okay.
The planet is trying to get to kill this planet and to travel different galaxies to eat all the planets. So
where do they end up?
The ape, his planet gets destroyed because they had to save the key. So him and his people come to Earth. Optimus Prime gets stranded on Earth already. They didn't know they existed, but the ape's name is Optimus Primal. And he says, I was named after you because you're a legendary leader. So when they save the planet and they send this dude packing, everything ends and the dude goes on an interview for a security job at like a bakery and shit. The white guy goes up to him and goes, yo, so, I see, your resume is very thin. He goes, yeah, I just came back from a trip overseas. He's like, oh, how was it in Peru? And the guy's like, I didn't say I was in Peru. Who are you? CIA, FBI? He goes, we're a secret agency. And we want to recruit you. And he gives him his card. The dude looks at the card. Fucking G.I. Joe, bro.
Again, didn't we? I could have sworn we
fucking
spoiled
G.I.
this.
Joe.
I feel like we spoiled this on an episode.
We did, but I didn't say it to Cap, so Cap doesn't. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And yo, that's how I said that we would put it together.
So you called it.
Pretty much. And also,
you're good at that shit, bro. You stay calling shit.
Yeah. Yo, also, the kid, it's a fucking mech suit from Mirage. because Mirage sacrifices himself, and he goes, "Bro, I need you to take the wheel," and parts of him goes off and goes onto the kid, and the kid got a fucking Transformer suit on, and he's help fighting.
Damn, maybe I should have watched it.
Watch this fucking movie, bro.
Now I
You know
wanna
what?
watch
You
this.
know,
I'm gonna flickster it. I'm gonna flickster it. I'm gonna
Yeah.
flickster it. Yeah.
even though I just told you the bits of it,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
funny. Yo,
yeah.
It's funny. It's all right. It's funny. It's action packed. It's funny. It's action packed, and like there's no bullshit in it. No bullshit love story. The people
So-
that are in it are necessarily in there for a reason.
all killer, no filler.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
There's legit, like in the other one with Shia LaBeouf, like he's in love with this girl. There's none of that.
Okay.
There's no bullshit in this movie.
Okay.
No.
Did you guys watch the Spider-Verse?
Yes.
I haven't watched it yet.
Yo, you want to see a
you got
multiverse? You want to see a multiverse done well?
Yeah. That's,
Watch that fucking movie because
Yeah.
there's some spoilers in that shit too. That was like, oh, wait a minute, okay.
Yeah, because like I didn't want to go watch it because we had like other things happening, and I don't have every weekend to do this, so I'm trying to like catch it on Flickster. But the version they got on Flickster looks bad. It looks bad.
Yeah, I'm telling you now.
Go to the theater.
You don't. Yes, but you don't need to watch it right now.
Yeah, so that's everybody's like, yo, no rush. Yo, because even Tom Holland was like, yo, this is the best Spider-Man film you're ever gonna watch. But everybody's like, just chill. I've been seeing that on Reddit a lot. Like, yo, no rush, but it's an amazing movie.
Yeah, there's gonna be another one.
Wow. So, Secret Invasion.
What does anybody have question of the day? Can you hear us, Cap?
Cap,
Can you hear us?
you can unmute now.
It's safe. We can talk normal.
Yo, I widened my screen so I can't see the chat in case anybody.
Oh,
No, yeah. Don't look at the chat.
Yeah,
Don't look at the chat.
Don't look at the chat. Don't look at the chat. Don't look
So
at the
there's a
chat. for the
dickhead
rest
in
of
the fucking chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on, Ty. Behave yourself.
I will say one thing. I saw Cab's face at one point, and I was like, "Oh, now I gotta fucking see it."
Bro. No. See it.
Yeah.
I didn't know we were doing this. I didn't know we were doing all of that. I'm gonna go watch it. I'm gonna flickster that shit this weekend.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have the baby too, so he likes that kind of stuff. So we'll watch it.
Yo, once again, for anybody watching, I don't have the chat up, so I'm not gonna respond to shit. So
Yeah,
Well,
only
to-
look
to-
at the
to-
ones that I fucking put up there.
To be honest, Ty, like the best Spider-Man movie before this one was Enter the Spider-Verse. So like I knew it. To be honest, like it's animated movies are easier to make. I'll say that because DC destroys animated movies. They're just top tier, top of the line.
Yeah.
It's just there's no better.
It's not even fair.
It's not even close.
Yeah.
It's not even close. Mask of the Phantasm still pulls at my heart, bro. That movie released in like 97. Yo, that shit is perfection. There's nothing wrong with Mask of the Phantasm. What's the other Justice League one that they did that was really good?
dude, there was a whole bunch of Justice League.
There's one that-
Frontier,
Yo,
Justice
bro,
League, like World War, like that. All this shit is
they're
good.
all great. So like when Spider-Verse came out, the first one, that was officially the best Spider-Man movie, definitive Spider-Man. And now they're talking about like trying to bring Miles to real life and
the crazy shit is, well, in this movie, there's a little way they could do it, but the crazy shit is the way that they use Spider-Man in this movie, like the where they show how he does, like his athletics
Crisis
and
on
all
Two
that other
Earths.
shit.
Yeah.
Like the where they show his athletics,
Yeah.
him going through the cars and all that stuff. Like I'm watching, like, oh shit, this shit is dope.
Yeah.
It's hard to do that with live action because
Yeah.
they could barely make a script.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sadly.
So why is that? Why can you write a better script for cartoons?
Because
You know
there's
what?
less
Because-
expectation. There's no
Well,
there's no
no,
real
that's-
reason to make it
that's right.
feel real in a cartoon.
That's what it is, right? You don't.
Yeah.
You're not worried about making it realistic.
Yeah, because when you're in a cartoon, you're already accepting this is their world.
Yeah.
Anything is possible.
Yeah.
In reality, everybody has to make it realistic.
Because a story is a story is a story.
Yeah.
But when you animate it, there is that element of realism that's just like we don't care about that here.
Yeah, yo, but the crazy shit is even the one like the shit that is so unrealistic in real movies to me is crazy. John Wick 4, the dude who played the fat guy.
Still gotta watch that.
Atkins.
Yeah, Scott Atkins put a fat suit on and he played a mobster in John Wick 4 and throws a perfect kick and kicks John Wick like halfway across the room.
Yeah. Like,
that is one of those. That's one of those. What the fuck?
Like you can't reach your leg that high.
Yeah, but that was like, yo, that shit was dope.
Yeah.
You know what's funny about that? Just not to get on the side tangent. Scott Atkins did such great acting that I'm watching that scene going, yo, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah.
I've never seen this guy before. This dude he's a good actor. This dude can fucking fight. He can move. I didn't know it was him in a fat suit.
Yeah.
See, and that's when it's done well. Like that's when it's like
Love
it God can't.
Dude, I legit left the theater and instantly IMDb'd. I was like, yo, who the fuck did Scott Atkins play? I didn't see him in this movie.
And also in cartoons, for some reason, they're able to explain what's happening more.
I think exposition is easier to do in cartoons, which is why anime, you're just mid-fight scene, and these people will tell you their whole life story.
Yeah.
In animes that's why a lot of people don't like anime. All of the exposition, like mid-fight.
Yo, this is why these fights are usually like 2-3 episodes long.
That's what I'm saying. Yo, I'm watching Demon Slayer season 3, and since episode 4, they've been fighting the same guy since episode 4. But Demon Slayer is top tier.
Yep.
Even though this season's it's not as good as the last, but it's still incredible. I haven't watched the hour-long finale, which I am doing next weekend. I already know. Bring the tissues.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I kind of ran into a spoiler that I wasn't supposed to run into, and I'm so upset. Yo, Instagram is. I've never seen something spoiled so much like Demon Slayer season 4. It's everywhere, and maybe now it's because Instagram is so algorithm based.
Yeah, so it's once you one thing of it, that's it. You're fucked. That's how it was with me and Spider-Man with TikTok.
Yeah.
I watched one preview for it, and it spoiled the fuck out of it for me. I was like, nope, never again.
If you guys do
algorithm is fucked.
If you guys do watch Demon Slayer, muy chido. Kid is cold blooded.
I'm looking for a new anime, so I might start that one.
Demon Slayer is.
Let me see if it's on. I'm gonna check right now to see if it's on Funimation.
It's on Netflix, the first 2 seasons, but I think it's on Crunchyroll. It's on Crunchyroll.
Yo, I might have to switch from Funimation to Crunchyroll.
Yes.
But the only thing is the navigating that website.
It's
is not as smooth as Funimation.
I have a website that has all anime on it. I'll text it to Toast. I got you. Yeah, and it's a pretty good site. You don't have to like click a million times and go through hella ads. It's really good. Yeah. Oh damn, my Tanjiro magnet. I took it to work, so I have it at my job now.
Did you guys see the trailer to Kraven the Hunter?
Yes.
I didn't know there was a trailer for it.
Yeah, it dropped yesterday.
It looks cool.
Then
kick ass.
I'm torn because I'm torn. On one hand, it looks like everything I want to see in a fucking movie and in a movie in general.
Can I guess the butt? The butt is Sony Marvel.
Yeah.
So you gotta be worried. You gotta be worried. Yeah.
Dude, My biggest worry. See, this is the thing, right? I'm not gonna go too much into it because Toe hasn't seen it. I mean, I know we've been spoiling a whole bunch of shit, and it's
I was gonna say we
can't
just
spoil
spoiled the
trailer,
whole.
Spoiler cast.
Yeah. But the action looks
It's great.
fucking amazing.
Yeah, it does. Looks cool.
But then the guy who has an accent in real life has done an accent for Quicksilver, did his accent for the Bullet Train, no accent to play the Russian.
I was gonna say, does the lack of accent bother you guys? Because it bothered the shit out of me.
It
I was like,
bothers.
everything else is
brother
fine.
has it.
Considering his dad has the accent too,
Yeah,
which I won't tell you who the dad is. I don't know if you know who the dad is, Toe, but on the dad.
Yeah, it was really it's
Good
a
choice
nice
on
choice.
the
It's
dad.
great.
Good
And it's
choice
like,
on the
everything
dad.
else was great. Like the action in it, it's like
Yeah.
I'm hyped to see it. But I was like,
Yo,
where the fuck's the accent?
what's Kick-Ass's name? I forget his name.
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Love him.
Okay.
Love him to pieces. That man was made to be in comic book shit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the
Well,
accent is
yo,
if you were raised over there,
hold on.
it should be.
Craven is
word.
fucking. He is accent heavy Russian.
Yeah.
So, fuck that.
Yo, I worked in the airport for 8 months with nothing but Haitians and Jamaicans, and I can put on the accent whenever the fuck I want.
Damn, that's a really good Jamaican accent, though, bro.
Yeah, man,
Fuck.
I've been doing it my whole life, but I get real good when I was in the airport because this is all I heard.
Bro!
Nah, man, yo, seriously. You
Yo,
think
where
that
you
I put it on? No, I had to learn. I just
Where
started
you
talking like
been
this.
hiding that shit, bro?
Now, when I get mad, it come out.
Yo,
We need that to be a whole episode of 5 Tips of the Day with Tom.
for
Nah, yeah,
real.
man.
That's in the accent.
For real, son, that's really good.
Yo, dude, it's just it comes and goes. Like when I get mad, it come out real. It come out real hard.
Surprised you do the accent so well.
Yeah, man.
Fuck, bro. Okay. Respect. Yo,
Yo,
son,
there was
I'm
a point.
shocked. That was good. That's
There
really
was a
good.
point where I remember this vividly. We went to Anthony's Pizza to get pizza, and I was like, "Yeah, let me get 3 slices." And the guy looked at me, and I'm like, "What's the problem?" And he's like, "Why are you talking like that?" I'm talking like what? Why you got your Jamaican accent on? I'm like, "Oh shit, I didn't even realize it." It was just that's how it was, man.
That's really good, kid. Damn. The fuck this beef patty come from?
It keeps popping up every time Toad does the accent.
That's so funny. That's
No woman, no cry.
That's so funny. I was shocked at how good that was.
Oh,
Dang.
man, great.
All right. Yeah. I got a lot of stuff to catch up on and watch. But nothing takes precedent.
The Craven trailer, just to tell you how conflicted I am. There's one part in it that I guarantee you're gonna watch and be like, "What the fuck? That's stupid." And I said the same thing. And then the rest of the trailer happened, and I went, "I want to fucking see this movie."
Yeah, it was like it made it acceptable because I think I know what part you're talking
I
about.
think I know what you're talking about too. Yeah.
And then it's like, you know what? Fuck it. We'll make it work.
A lot of people keep saying it's Morbius 2.0, and I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I haven't watched it. We gotta watch it.
Yeah.
But I think it's unfair based on trailers because the trailers to Morbius were just as bad as the movie, in my opinion.
Yeah, I was gonna say Morbius. The trailer never made me like want to go see it.
Look, my boy put it on the chat today on our iMessage chat, and I literally wrote interesting, but it's Sony Marvel.
Yo, I'm about to shout out another channel. There's a channel, Real Rejects, where they watch. They do the whole comic book movie thing, right? They got a guy I brought up before, Corey Jandrew, who's a fucking encyclopedia. They watch the trailer, they do their reaction. The 2 normal guys, Greg and John, they'd say their shit. Corey says his shit about, this is this character, this is this storyline, this is this what I picked up on, this is this. And Greg looks at him and is like, "Yo, Corey, stop." He's like, "Just stop." He's like, "Why?" He's like, "Because he's like, everything you said, I guarantee is 10 times better than what the fuck we're gonna get in the movie."
Basically.
And that's another thing. I feel like this is one where just go in with no expectation. Just throw it in the wash. Because if we start the build, we're gonna be let down again. Like,
We've learned the hard way here to just
I'm
get excited.
I'm gonna treat this like I treated the first John Wick, where I saw one trailer and was like, "Oh, I gotta go see that," and then I stopped watching anything and just waited for it to come out.
Media blackout is very important a lot of times too. Media blackout is very important. Just hide yourself from everything.
Especially if it's an introduction movie to a character.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But Buddy Kick-Ass, love him. Dude was made to do comic book stuff.
Yep. He fits roles well.
He fits roles well. That's perfectly
Except for
said.
one. There's one where he let down Godzilla.
I didn't see that.
His whole character was, "Hey, can you play a plank of wood?" He's like, "Yeah, I think I can do that."
Yeah.
Like, they left all the acting to Elizabeth Olsen and Bryan Cranston, and said, "Hey, we just need you to stand there."
That one I feel like
because even in Kick-Ass, I liked them very much.
Yeah.
And I never even.
Don't get me wrong, Godzilla 2014 is a good movie. I like it, but
oh my God, Ty. That's not even like.
That's not true. He didn't have a hoodie.
The cap assist is hilarious. Fuck. The cap assist is brutal. That shit. Oh Lord.
I'm done.
Secret Invasion starts tomorrow.
That's right.
Shout out Sam Jackson. Oh man, that was so good. That was actually very good. It's been a long time. We can talk about it. It's fine.
Yeah,
happy Juneteenth, everybody. Oh man, yo, Ty, you see what you start? Yo, Ty, make your picture clearer because we need everyone watching this to know that you black, bro. Make your picture clearer. Like, put your face, just show everybody. We're not bad people here, y'all. We're not. We love everybody. But tomorrow starts Secret Invasion. I've been here. We don't have a question. Fuck it. We wasted. Oh my God, Ty.
I can't see it, but
the hard R.
Yeah, hard R.
Okay. See, that's the thing. I'll never say that word. I'm not like that, but at least once a month, I like to throw a random joke in there like that.
Yeah, of course.
I call up Bleak every once in a while and just tell him some dumb shit.
Yeah. Bleak, Bleak. These are the episodes we need Bleak present for.
No, like yesterday we were talking, and I was like, he said, "Oh, he's off for Juneteenth," and I was like, "Yeah, well, I'm 6% Senegalese in West Africa, so this means just as much to me." Like,
yo, I work sales. We don't acknowledge pretty much any holiday other than like the
Columbus Day,
the big three, which
Columbus Day, President's Day, and Veterans Day,
and Christmas.
So that's because you got to be there when everybody else wants to take the holiday.
Exactly. Yeah. So, yo, I saw a meme that says, Were you off yesterday, or is your company a little racist?" That shit made me laugh. That was a funny fucking meme. It was a very funny meme. Hold on. Let me fix something real quick. I'll be right back. My mic is still on though.
All right.
So we don't have a question, but I do have the comic book storyline from Secret Invasion that we can go over if you want.
We can do that. But was there any other trailers that dropped?
Just that's the biggest one, and that one took me by surprise.
Yeah, I didn't even know that one was dropping like this week.
Yeah, because I didn't see any of the Venoms or the Morbius. Well, I was watching the bootleg of Venom, and I heard symbiote and turned it off. I was like, yeah, I'm good. Symbiote. Like, nah, I don't know whose man's is this, but they need to stop this shit.
And there's a new trailer to the Netflix live action One Piece movie, but you don't know what that is.
Yeah, I didn't want to watch
Unless
the
you're in the
trailer.
anime.
I want to go in just with no actual preview of it because I feel like it's gonna be bad.
I watched the trailer with no sound, and I'm not a One Piece fan. I know a little bit of it, but I don't know the whole story. And without sound, I was like, this is just this is the most random collection of images I've ever seen in my life. I don't know what the fuck's going on. But I was like, oh, I recognize that. I know what that is. But without the context.
Fellas, I'm still here. I'm just gonna eat a sandwich right quick. Y'all know I hate eating on camera, okay?
Do you think?
Yeah, I'm still here though, and I hear y'all perfect.
All right. Yeah, so all right, so let's get into the Secret Wars. What's the storyline for Secret Invasion? What's the storyline in the comics?
To be honest, real quick before we go, I have been hearing like not great things.
You know,
But to be honest, when I hear not good things from critics, that gets me excited.
Yeah, that gets me excited too.
That gets me excited. Yeah, because they don't know squat. Okay, go for it, Cap. Because to be honest, Secret Invasion, not my strong suit.
So it's not an overly long thing, but
it's pretty simple, yeah.
Yeah. So this is the crux of it, right? There was a big bust in the comic book industry. All the sales were down. A bunch of shit was going on, and Marvel needed to prove that it could still put out a book that got everybody interested, got everybody reading, and was a good story. So they came up with Civil War. Civil War took place. They brought in the Sokovia Accords. A few years later, they needed a way to end the Sokovia Accords in the comics. And they could have just said fuck it and just never mentioned it again, but they actually thought better of it, and they came up with this storyline in which the Kree and Skrull War happened before Civil War. It was threatening the galaxy, and it came a little too close to Earth. So the Illuminati went up to go talk to the Kree, the Skrull. They went up to go talk to the Skrull, and they were like, yo, y'all do whatever the fuck you want to do out there, but you come near us again, and we're just going to fuck up both of you.
Jeez.
So the Skrull was like, really? They kidnapped the Illuminati, held them prisoner, and studied them all the way down to the molecular level. They eventually just let them go, and all the Illuminati thought this was weird as shit, but they went back and they started doing their own thing. It comes around that there's a princess who is like, yo, this planet that we're on is gonna be fucked really soon, and we need to leave. We need to find somewhere else. They laughed at her. Oh, here comes Galactus. Galactus comes in, destroys their planet. So now everybody who didn't believe her before now looked at her as like some godly fucking figure who foresaw a prophecy, and they follow her. They're looking for a new planet. Enter now Secret Invasion. We get a comic storyline where Elektra dies. But when she dies, she turns green, and it's revealed that she's a Skrull. So Jessica Jones, who is Spider-Woman, takes the body, walks up to Iron Man and is like, yo, what the fuck is this? Huh?
Jessica Jones, the fucking investigator with the power, is Spider-Woman?
No, sorry. I get them confused all the time. Jessica Drew is Spider-Woman.
Okay.
I was about to
Jessica
say.
Jones is Jessica Drew.
What
I
kind
was
of
like,
shit we
wait,
running
it
here?
was a Jessica Jones.
I
Jessica
get 'em mixed
Joneses
up a lot.
Jessica Joneses who were all desperately waiting to come back to the MCU in some form.
Yeah.
See,
At least I am.
Bring back Christian Ritter. She was fucking
She's incredible.
awesome.
Yeah.
She brings body to Iron Man. And it's like, yo, we gotta lost fuck connection again. Am I good?
uh-oh.
No, we still hear. Yeah, we still hear you. You seem good to us.
Okay, so I'm good. All right, because I just got a notice on my thing. I think my shit's overheating. But so brings the body. It's like, yo, we got to figure this out. So Iron Man's like, yo, what the fuck is this? We later find out that for years, the Skrull took everything they learned from the Illuminati, what they studied, and they copied and replaced motherfuckers in all facets of life, everywhere from superheroes to political people to just random people on the street. They infiltrated everything. So there was a big thing to do in the Savage Lands, and the fucking heroes go over there to the Savage Land because they're like, oh, an alien ship, Skrull ship crash landed. They're going over there to investigate. At this time, Tony Stark is the director of S.H.I.E.L.D. because right after Civil War. So he's the director of S.H.I.E.L.D. now. When they get to the Savage Land, Jarvis turns out he's a Skrull. He poisons and infects Iron Man's tech with this thing that it's a virus that infects everything that's connected to Iron Man. So S.H.I.E.L.D. is compromised. The Iron Man suit is locked. He can't move. There's a bio virus that's affecting Tony. He's 100% compromised. And the government is like, yo, we got to get Tony the fuck out of being S.H.I.E.L.D. He fucked everything up right now because they hacked him. On the island or in the Savage Land, when they get to the ship, who jumps out? The original fucking heroes. And they all look the same way they look from the time they were taken. So Luke Cage comes out in his 70s fucking big bright yellow jacket with the wristbands and the headband. But Luke Cage is leading the Avengers. In present day, he's also there. So they fight. Wolverine is there with his old school look. Like when he fought the Hulk the first time with the short ears and shit. He's fighting the Wolverine we knew. Cap's fighting Cap. Spider-Man's fighting Spider-Man. There's another Iron Man there. And they made it seem like, oh, these are all the fucking guys. These are all the original guys coming back. Well, the Kree, sorry, I keep fucking up. The Skrull, they kidnap Reed Richards again. They make sure that the Fantastic Four gets sucked into the negative zone. They're torturing Reed. And then because he was trying to figure out how he could tell them apart, the Skrull from everybody else, because they could not at all. There was no way to discern. So as they're torturing him and this big fight's going on, Jessica Drew, Spider-Woman, is revealed to be the princess who foretold the demise of the Skrull Empire. She's got Tony, and she's feeding Tony this shit that Tony's a Skrull, and he was implanted to get to this level to make it easy for them to take over. And then Natasha Romanoff hears that and was like, nah, this is bullshit. She caps the fucking princess and goes up to Tony and is like, yo, Tony, I know you. You're not a Skrull. Now, what's funny is there's an Iron Man who came out of that ship. So now you're like, yo, but who the fuck's the real Iron Man? And Natasha's like, yo, we need to figure out how we could tell everybody apart. Tony's like, well, how the fuck are you gonna do that? And she's like, I got it. Everybody, she tells whoever's connected to her, shoot people on sight. And Tony's like, what? She's like, yeah, shoot everybody on sight. If they die and bleed green, they're Skrull. If they bleed red, we'll patch them up. Now we know. First person she runs into is Wolverine. Pop, 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 pop. Wolverine's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" She's like, "I just had to test you to see if you're a Skrull.
That's
You're not."
Wolverine.
Come on. And she just ran around and shot every
Because
fucking.
he can't carry. They can't copy the powers, right?
No, they can.
They can copy
Oh.
powers.
Yeah. So the one thing they couldn't copy with Wolverine is his adamantium.
Mm.
But what do you call it? The thing that they did, the experiments, they were able to get that good to where you can't tell the difference between their cap and our cap.
Yeah.
So
So they're able to copy everything. I
Even
just thought it was
even
a
down
little
to down to
detail.
a molecular level,
Except-
they're able to do that. But they
Except
still
the memories, right?
So this one didn't it didn't come up because people were already planted. So the people we thought,
They've been around for a while. They have these memories.
the
Yeah.
people we thought we were watching were Skrulls the whole time.
Yeah.
And the other heroes, like I said, they got picked up from their time. So when they came back, they only knew from that point backwards, and none of the shit that we've read.
So what you're saying is that Scarlett Johansson cameo is imminent. No, it's not.
No, but we'll get to my thoughts on the series. So
Scarlett Johansson confirmed.
So the Crow, they unleash a fucking wave attack in New York City,
That I see.
and every single person with every single power they took, and it's revealed that Sue Storm is a Skrull. So they free Mr. Fantastic. He figures out a device that can easily tell them apart. If you're standing next to somebody, you can easily tell if they're Skrull or human. The heroes show up. Thor, for the first time. So before this happened, they had the whole thing with Thor where the Illuminati tried to clone him because Thor went missing. They had to clone Thor. Then he went mad. Then real Thor had to come back, kill the clone, and he essentially told Tony Stark, like, "Yo, if you ever fucking approach me again, I will kill you on sight. But if the Earth needs me, I will be there." So in this moment, he showed up, fucked up everybody. They essentially stopped the invasion. But here's the fucking kicker: everybody hates Iron Man right now.
What's going on, Anthony?
They did a thing because of the Sokovia Accords. It's called the Initiative 52 or the 52 Initiative or something like that. Or no, the 50th. Some shit like that, where each state had their own group, their own superhero group. Norman Osborn was in Colorado with the Thunderbolts, the team that we knew. When he showed up, they had everybody there. And just as the killing blow was about to take place, Tony hesitated for a minute, and Norman came in and bap, live on TV, killed the fucking leader, ended it all. And everybody went, "Norman, you're in charge." And that's how he became the director of S.H.I.E.L.D. And that's how he fucking took over, had the Dark Avengers, had the whole Dark Saga branched off of that. So that was Marvel's way of doing a soft reboot and explaining, oh, you thought that this character the last 5 years was acting a little weird, not the normal depiction. Well, that was a Skrull.
Got a
I know
question.
that's a little all over the place, but that's
just comics in general.
yeah.
Question about Secret Invasion. In the comics, did Talos' daughter join the side of the Skrulls that were trying to take over Earth, or did she agree with her father?
So the minute details like that, I don't know, because to be completely honest, I don't even know.
It's a crazy, yeah.
But I'm gonna.
Is that who is she represented in the? Is she going to be represented in Secret Invasion?
That's Amelia Clark.
That's yeah. So that's Homegirl's character. Okay, yeah.
And it makes perfect sense because I looked her actual age, what the age of the character should be, and when that first Captain Marvel movie take place, and it all lines up. Yeah,
So
that's what I'm thinking. I don't even remember her being a prominent character before the movie came out. Or before the show, I should. No, yeah, the movie.
So with everything that's happened in the MCU so far, and everything that you just explained from Secret Invasion in the comics, and Fury's whole thing about how like I need to do this on my own.
Okay.
What are we expecting? Yeah.
All right. So
I wanted to get your head racing here. Pause.
So Fury in the comics, he was the first person to figure this out.
Yeah. That I know.
And he took his Holland in the comics is weird because he took a brand new group of Holland commandos and went around and tried to solve shit behind the scenes. I think that this Secret Invasion for the show is going to do what Civil War did in the movie, where Civil War is close to the comics in name only, but it really just goes off of what the movies did beforehand.
Cool.
Which why it makes it perfect because it didn't try to copy shit that never happened.
Yeah.
I think this one is less going to be about all your heroes are Skrulls, who's whatever, and more just the political. The Skrulls put people in place.
So
because
like post snap type shit.
No, before that, because in the 90s, Fury said that the government was going to help them find a place. And they never did.
Yeah.
And that's what Talos' daughter is mad at. Is that they never found a place. So what I'm thinking is this is going to stem from that first Captain Marvel movie.
Yes.
And the promise that wasn't kept. So the Skrull put people in key places to either make it easier for them to survive or to do some sort of agenda. And now Fury is like, oh, shit. This has been going on for so long.
I gotta do this dolo now because I'm the only one that really kind of knows what.
Yeah, I'm the only one. I
think you nailed it. I think there's no other way to do that. Really,
it's kind of like a second coming of Hydra.
Yeah,
sorta. Yeah,
that could,
sorta. Yeah,
it's one of those like, oh shit, we've been dealing with all this, and this was kind of just going on in the background.
I love that kind of shit though. And I know that with the multiverse and this whole like kind of reverse narrative almost where it's like, oh, what you think you know, you don't really know. I kind of love that shit. Let's play the murder mystery here. Let's get the I think the theories galore. I think every episode is going to lead to a massive amount of theories. I think like moving forward, we might have to do last episode of Secret Invasion, what do we think? Like, I really hope let's start like dissecting shit. And I mean, Fury does say that he needs to do this on his own, but I don't think that necessarily means we're not going to get any cool cameos or something like that. So I hope.
Again, I really think the alone part is because he's for this storyline specifically for what they do in the movies. He is the only one he knows he could trust.
Yeah, I think that's what mostly it means. It's stemming from that. It's not even that's all we're gonna see.
Like,
he doesn't know he can trust. He's like,
I don't know if one of these heroes that I've been fucking with the last 10 years is a Skrull now.
So, dude, I can't wait because there's a scene that they showed from Comic-Con that I saw. I can't wait for that shit to play out. I'm not going to say shit about it, but I can't wait for it to play out because when it does, the result that we didn't get to see, like they laid down the question, but the answer that we didn't get to see, I can't wait to see how they answer that.
My theory of Secret Vision is that Talos playing Nick Fury in the whole show and Fury's already in space, setting up he's played him before. If anyone knows how to walk around like Fury, it would be Talos.
Yo, but that's the biggest question for me is what is Emilia Clarke gonna do?
Yeah.
Because she's mad at the fact that they never got her home, and then your father essentially is playing the guy who lied to you.
Yeah.
From her perspective, she was lied to.
So that's why I'm excited about it, because I feel like for the first time in a long time in the MCU, it's like no one got the answers. Yeah. Like you could theorize all you want, and I'm hoping there's some like next level curveballs here because obviously, Cap is a genius. Toe, whether he knows it or not, be fucking dunking these theories, bro. It's insane. Yo, what you did for Wakanda Forever was nuts. My man, based on a couple little trailers, was able to be like, yo, Okoye is either like in trouble or, and it was exactly that. Toe is just good at calling this shit. So it's like, it doesn't matter if you know what's going on or you don't. You could be comic book,
Illiterate?
no, what is the thing that I'm,
Savvy?
no, the opposite of illiterate.
Literate.
Well, that's not the word I was looking for, but yeah. Like you could know the comics. You could know the MCU.
Comic book savvy.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can know you could have whatever branch of this whole comic world that you want. I still think there's gonna be surprises that people don't know. Because let me tell you, it's gotten to the point where New Rockstars and Screen Crush, these guys are just nailing everything at this point. They're calling shit blind now. They're literally reaching their hands blindly into a jar and just picking out whatever they think is gonna happen, and the shit be happening. And I know Eric Voss has some of the craziest like theories out there, but he be close. And I really hope that there's some shit that we just don't know. Obviously, the roadie thing seems obvious, but is it? Like, is that where we're gonna go? Like, I mean, so it's really fun, the guessing game that we're playing here.
The one thing I will say that's guaranteed that I will spoil here for everybody because I'm like that. Mephisto is definitely in it. Yeah, for anybody who's playing the home game who knows what that reference is.
We're gonna be waiting a whole nother season. It's Mephisto, motherfucker.
Yo, just check for hands in the mirror. Every mirror, check for a hand.
We were supposed to get Mephisto back in Civil War, damn it, but they took a different route. No. Like all jokes aside, like I think the level of like nothing feels that out of place or weird anymore. That was one of the things about the MCU, right? Like early MCU, where it's like there was still so much questions. We're so used to the way things are filmed. We're so used to the way things are advertised to us that like in No Way Home, we saw Lizard getting hit by an invisible thing. And based off that, we're like, oh yeah, there's another Spider-Man there. Like, it's crazy that the internet got that. They were trying to hold that down so hard. Andrew Garfield straight up lied to everybody about it. And
we gotta call him Peter. Because everybody knows, well, not everybody knows, but St. Peter is the guy who denied Jesus, denied knowing Jesus 3 times.
Yo, son.
And Andrew Garfield was like, yo, I don't know Spider. Spider what? I don't know him.
It's funny. He's like, yo, I didn't even get a call. I'm like, oh, yeah, but everybody's like, well, you got an email. Like, yo, everyone was going nuts. And it's crazy because even though we didn't know, the surprise still felt oddly fresh. Because even going up into the movie, we all knew, but we didn't, but it wasn't confirmed.
Yeah.
So
it was almost like, will they not do it? Like, are we gonna?
Yo, it was 2/3 into the movie, and I'm like, yo, they're not gonna do it. And then literally 2 minutes later, we get the, and I'm like, oh, there it goes. Yo, so it's interesting to see what they're gonna do, and I want to know who they're gonna bring in. And
it's funny, regards to that, we all know my thoughts on the Spider-Man No Way Home movie.
Yeah.
So I will say, one of the best, most emotional payoffs ever is watching Garfield catch MJ.
Yeah. 100%, 1,000,000%.
That was that perfect, just like, there we go.
And now that we go back, there's videos of Tom Holland mistakenly spoiling that. Have y'all seen that?
No.
So basically, it's him and Zendaya, and they're being interviewed, and the scene had already been out, like where she's falling, and you have a Spider-Man hand reaching out to her, and they asked him about it, and Tom Holland says this. He goes, oh yeah, that scene was great. That was a great day. I mean, I wasn't there though, but, and like when he says that, you could see him like. Like, you can see that he fucked up. So he basically said, yeah, it was a great scene, but I wasn't there. So they didn't film it with him. They filmed it with another Spider-Man.
They can't let this kid do press ever.
It's funny when
You know what's funny?
for No Way Home, he was doing a lot of press with Benedict Cumberbatch, and because Benedict knew how to control him. That's the thing. When he's with Zendaya and Ned, they're just being goofy, having a good time. But Benedict is an older, established actor who knows what to do, who knows how to talk, who knows how to hold shit in. So he just sort of like, hey, Peter, yeah, Peter, hey, Tom.
You know what I would have done seriously if I was in the room with him and he was like, "Oh, I wasn't there." I would have instantly jumped in and be like, "Yeah, that's because you don't do as many stunts as you think. Your stuntman was amazing in all those scenes."
It's something like that. And
At least to play it off, like
he freezes. If you see that clip, he just goes like he knows in his head. He's like, "Fuck."
Dude, it's like when Mark Ruffalo jokingly spoiled the end of Infinity War. Where he's
everybody
like,
dies.
And Don Cheadle's like, "Dude, what the fuck?"
Yo, but you know what's crazy? When Don Cheadle says that, I thought Don Cheadle was joking and it was like a gag. I thought he was in on it.
See, Don Cheadle doing that, I feel like makes it worse because it's like I could have just said it like nothing.
That's what I'm saying.
Because Mark Ruffalo was jokingly saying
that's what I'm saying.
And it turned out to be true.
Yeah, so it's like Don Cheadle giving it. It's like
he literally goes, "Dude," and I'm like, "Wait, so are you admitting that this is right, or are you trying to be stupid?" And I was very confused.
Yeah, it's one of those where it's like, "Wait, so everybody died? Wait, what?" And then we all get that emotion when we see the.
Yeah,
I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark.
Anthony, Nick Fury has the dirtiest hands in the game, whether it's MCU or comics, really.
Oh,
his hands aren't clean in the MCU either, bro. They're not. Yeah.
This one I wanted to mention about the comic book one that I thought was hilarious. Nick Fury not trusting anybody because he doesn't know who's a Skrull or whatever. Turns out that the Nick Fury we saw in that whole run was a fucking life model decoy. And the real Nick Fury was puppeting behind the scenes somewhere else.
But meanwhile, he doesn't trust anybody. But it's like, wait, you weren't even here.
Question: do you guys think Secret Invasion and Armor Wars connect the show with Don Cheadle? I mean, they should.
They should.
Yeah.
They should. There's got to be some consequences coming out of it.
Yeah, for sure. 100.
Which I don't. The one thing I don't think is going to connect, which is going to be a shame, is the Marvels and Secret Invasion. Because remember, the Marvels was supposed to come out, was supposed to have been out already.
Yeah, they switched dates with Quantum, was it?
No, Quantum, it was exactly where it was supposed to be. They just pushed back the Marvels to November to give it more time to actually come together as a movie. So the Marvels was supposed to have already been out. So I don't think there's gonna be that much tying in.
Yeah.
Because why would you tie into something that happened before you?
Which now it's one of those things. Imagine the post credit connects it. That's like, well, we already know that because we just saw the show.
Yeah, it's gonna be fucking weird.
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny because I went on a rampage of clearing out subscriptions, but I gotta get my Disney Plus subscription back. Yeah, I need to get that show back tomorrow.
You just suggested that we do episode by episode breakdowns. You don't even have a way to watch it.
Oh, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna download it again tonight. Yeah. Yeah.
He's like, don't you worry about a thing. I'm gonna watch it.
There hadn't been nothing on Disney Plus. There was only so much fucking Spider-Man cartoons that I could watch, which are fantastic. I don't care what anybody tells me. Definitive Spider-Man is Spider-Man the Animated Series. When they did the multiverse with what is it? Superior Spider-Man, I think, with the navy blue and gray. That episode was incredible. This was great. I love that shit. And they would always introduce the episode with the X-Men. Punisher was in there. Morbius was in there. Blade was in there. Everybody. That is definitive Spider-Man to me. When people tell me that Tobey Maguire is a good Peter Parker? Like, no, he's not. Watch that cartoon. Watch that cartoon. He's so fucking suave. My man always had ladies around. Never got nervous when ladies came around. Super cool. That Peter was perfection, and his voice was.
But that's not the real fucking Peter Parker.
That's canon for me. It's canon for me. I don't care what anybody says. No, but even in the comics, he was suave.
No, by the time you got to him, yes.
Yeah,
not
well,
the original.
I mean, yeah, I'm not that old, but fuck.
Yeah, by the time we got to Spider-Man, he was already established.
He was super suave, bro. Super suave. Nah, but to me, that's canon. The same with the animated series of Batman is canon.
So do you like Garfield more because he was more aligned with the cartoon Spider-Man?
I mean, so remember, even before these discussions got cool, remember? We did this shit early.
Yeah.
We did it early. And we established that Garfield is clearly the best Spider-Man. Now, his rendition of Peter was a little
too cool.
Emo. It was emo and maybe a little too cool. But his Spider-Man was in perfection. But I mean, I don't think any of them are like really that suave and cool when it comes to the ladies. Except Garfield.
Yeah,
Garfield is the best Spider-Man.
Tom Holland is literally playing a high schooler.
Yeah. That's the youngest. The youngest of the. I mean, they're all high schoolers. They're all playing high schoolers. It's just that Toby looks super old.
Was 80 going on. 102.
You know, but
and Garfield wasn't that young himself. He was 35 years old playing a fucking high school student. Whereas
but even then, he looked somewhat younger. Toby was just like
Tom Holland was 21 years old when he did this shit. He looked like a high school kid.
Yeah.
He literally went to a real deal New York high school, Bronx Science, to like, you know, get in gear, method acting for real.
So I'll tell you one thing though. If they ever gave Garfunkel the Venom suit, I think he would be perfect as Spider-Man in Venom suit.
Yeah. He could play it well. He would definitely.
None of this.
Yeah.
No. That was horrific.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, I rewatched that and I was like,
I saw the craziest list of Spider-Man movie ratings. They had Spider-Man 3 over Homecoming. Homecoming was number 10. Out of 1 to 10, Homecoming was 10. Amazing Spider-Man 2 was 9, and Spider-Man 3 was 8.
Yo, nah.
This person's 16 years old.
Okay, I was gonna say
he hasn't even seen the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
Homecoming is not perfect by any means, but I'll listen to your argument about that being your favorite Spider-Man movie out of the Tom trilogy. I can hear an argument about that. Because that movie was... Sorry, that was a good movie. Hey, Spider-Man, do a flip.
Yo, in Secret and Civil War, when he's fighting
Falcon and Winter Soldier?
Yes, when he's fighting them, he's like, "You got a metal arm? That's so dope!" Like, that's to me, I was like, "That's how Spider-Man would have been as a kid."
Yeah.
I always pictured Daredevil just not cursing.
I'm sorry, I put Tobey.
I mean,
Maguire,
Deadpool.
I put Tobey last Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Garfield, Holland, Tobey.
Toby's always going to be my Spider-Man.
Now, here's the question.
You don't mean that.
Here's the question.
Yo, coming out of nowhere, he was still number 1 for me.
Yeah.
The villains. Doc Ock, I think, takes the cake.
Oh, a million percent.
I'm sorry. Michael Keaton's portrayal of the Vulture was fucking just based on that scene in the fucking car alone.
Yeah.
He was like, hey, I know who you are, Spider-Man. And he scared the shit out of top tier.
But I mean, fucking, what is it, James Molina?
Alfred Molina.
Alfred. Yeah, man, fuck.
No.
And then Goblin is up there too.
Oh, William Dafoe's.
Yeah,
William
Goblin's
Dafoe's-
up there too.
But I like him better in
No Way Home.
No Way Home. Yeah, I like them better in No Way Home.
Because he
Yo,
was
that monologue,
unhinged.
man. Those monologues were fucking
He was
great.
more unhinged than ever.
Yo, but I think the best display of Spider-Man's actual ability is Tom Holland.
I don't know.
No, because the thing is, in the Amazing Spider-Man and the original with Tobey Maguire, it's mostly about his intelligence.
Tobey Maguire
And
his Spider-Man stuff.
Tobey Maguire, all those movies are a struggle between him trying to be Peter Parker and Spider-Man at the same time.
All right.
The Amazing Spider-Man is him trying to figure out what's up with his father.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
What do you think about the hallway fight in Amazing Spider-Man between him and Lizard? That was so Spider-Man-esque.
No, yeah, it was.
When Garfield puts on that suit, it's perfection.
No, yeah.
Perfect.
But also, Spider-Man is technically stronger than Captain America.
100%.
And him standing with the Winter Soldier and Falcon, it's like, oh wait, he could do this.
He can do that. He can do that. I love how Tony is like. First of all, I love how this is a Secret Invasion talk and we're here Spider-Maning. But
hey, you never know what could possibly happen.
They started this shit in Spider-Man when they revealed that what's his name was a Skrull.
I love how Tom Holland is. I love how Tony Stark. I love how Iron Man says to Tom Holland though, like, yo, listen, I understand that you bought that life, but Cap was taking it easy on you. If Cap wanted to knock your ass out, he would have, which I don't want to agree with. But I mean, it's Tony saying it.
I mean, I think you could tell that they were holding back because he was a kid.
Everybody was holding back in that shit, except Black Panther with Bucky.
Yeah, and Vision with War Machine. Even though they were on the same side, my motherfucker did not hold back.
Yo, my dude said, "Nope, you're done."
That's one of the greatest lines. I got distracted. Like, you're not supposed to get distracted. Like, you're a robot, dude. How the fuck are you?
How does that happen?
Yo, but see, that goes to show you that even for a robot, he's like, yeah, no, I'm cool, but look at them titties, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, yo, nothing more distracting in this world than women.
Facts.
Fucking A. That shit is, that was crazy.
Yo.
So, Anthony, sorry, I'm gonna, give me a sec. For me, I feel Tom is the high school version of Peter. The best is Andrew, already graduated out of college, and Toby is playing. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah. We actually got to see Toby in college, so I could see that. But okay, so let me ask you a question. So in the animated series, he's in college, right?
I think so.
Yeah, because he's already fucking with Peters. That's not high school. Peters is college.
You mean Connors?
Yeah.
Connors, sorry, Peters. Jesus. So
yeah, I think he's already in college. And
he's already So I like, that's what he was. So he's not a high school kid anymore. So he's already getting jiggy with it. That's that same striped shirt every episode.
Yeah, seriously. I don't think
that shows perfection.
Yeah,
perfection.
No. All they need to do is add some fight scenes to that show, and they'll be all right.
Yeah, let
them punch somebody.
Let them punch somebody.
So Spider-Man is statistically the tier underneath Odin and Thor. If you look at the power scaling, they actually have an official power scaling shit.
But he should be able to handle a Hulk, no? Power-wise?
He can stop, like, if the Hulk's charging at him, he can stop him, but he can't go toe to toe.
But like super mad Hulk, like after a while, he's Spider-Man is like done after a while.
Is it me?
Stop getting mad.
Is it me, or is Spider-Man the closest we got to Superman? With all of, like, not like, I know Superman is like the unlimited power guy, but like he has everything: speed, flight, X-ray vision, all that. And Spider-Man has the spider sense, so if they knock him out of his body, he can still control his body. Like, like when Doctor Strange did it to him, like he has the strength. There's more he has the agility. He has the webs. Like
I get what you're saying. There's more there's different people in Marvel where they're built more like a Superman archetype, but Spider-Man is beyond impressive.
So
Nothing but surprises from Spider-Man.
yeah. To your point, Spider-Man is Marvel's not character equivalent to Superman, but comic book equivalent to Superman.
Sales equivalent to
Yeah.
Superman.
But
Yeah.
because of all the powers and shit he has, people love him on the same level that they love Superman.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Like, bro, like you like Spider-Man is the household name. Like, parents know who Spider-Man is. Parents know who Superman is.
Yeah, and
Parents
Batman.
know who Batman is.
And that's it.
And that's it. They
Yeah.
might know a Wonder Woman here and there. They might know a Flash here and there.
But those are those main
Yeah.
ones who get.
But
Until you
parents
get
don't know.
that-
Superman's starting to become.
Parents don't know who Wolverine is.
Nope.
See, that's why I don't want to become a parent, because then I'm not going to know who any of these people are.
Yeah,
You know what I mean,
exactly-
bro?
That's exactly why you'll get that bootleg pack at the 99-cent store. It's those four. Because
Yeah,
it's like, oh, parents will know to buy that for their kids.
Exactly. No. Ray, you're 100% right. Though that's what it is. Parents know that this is what you need to get the kids.
Oh,
Yeah, hey, I got you the new Awesome Man doll you wanted.
It's turbo time. Yeah,
now-
but like I think Secret War, like Secret Invasion,
Mhm.
like I don't know too much about it, and to speculate too much right now, it's like the only thing I can think of is they had like he had to know that he was playing Director Fury, because if he's not captured by them, Fury had to know Talos is playing Director Fury at one point.
No, that was already
No,
explained. That
I know that, but I'm saying like unless he was captured by them and Talos is just playing both sides against the middle, I could see where in a movie like the Marvels, you have a live model decoy of Fury.
or that's Talos.
Yeah, but like you said, Marvels happened before Secret Invasion.
I
Right?
believe so, because
But now it's happening afterwards.
After Miss Marvel's show.
Yeah, so like now that it's happening afterwards, I could see like if they wanted to, they could probably replace it with like a live model decoy or some shit. But I honestly think that Rhodey is gonna be the one character that is not a Skrull until the very end, if
agree.
they ever do make him a Skrull. Like he's
I
gonna be
agree.
the one. I got your back 100%, and then right at the very end,
Gets
he's a fucking
captured
Skrull.
and then yeah.
Yeah,
And
I can see that.
Anthony has a sorry to cut you off, Ray. Anthony has a great question. Did you guys have Stretch Armstrong? Stretch Armstrong was a little out of the price range in my household. That was a $20 model.
Stretch Armstrong broke Cap's nose or some
Yeah,
shit.
my cousin let him go, and it blood and shit everywhere.
Like
Oh, shit.
I used to get $5 action figures, which $4 or $5 action figures could have got me a Stretch Armstrong, but them $5 were few and far between.
Yo, dude, I remember those like He-Man figures you get at the fucking Asian
That was
spot
for
with
wrestlers?
the
Yo,
Yeah.
but that's what I'm saying. Like
Those were awesome.
there was a spot. It turned into E-Game Land on 162nd Street and Broadway, and it's been a lot of other iterations. But at the time when I was a youngin', Buddy used to have in there. He used to sell calling cards. It was an Asian dude, yes. You sell like calling cards like DR and international South America, all that stuff. And he had like luggage as well. It was like he sold maletas. He sold like luggage, but he had a whole wall of just X-Men action figures. And I've said this on here before. You'd go in and he'd greet you with these words. You'd open the door. He goes, "We have Spider-Man and X-Man." And bro, my mom went in there one time. I didn't know that this place existed. My mom went in there one time. I went in there with her. She was getting a calling card. And I looked at the wall. It was a whole wall of just action figures. And I was like, you guys have seen that movie Boondock Saints?
Yeah.
You seen when they open the door to their like little like gun stash? That's what happened to me when I walked in there. I said, what is all of this? And my comic book prowess at that point was basically just cartoons, a comic book here and there, but mostly comic book cards. So I knew who these people were from the cards. And I was like, Mom, can we get one? She was like, not today. We went to buy a calling card a week later, and she was like, you can have one. He used to sell the action figures for $5 a pop. And I saw Cyclops, Wolverine. These people were never available. They were always gone immediately. So there was a lot of like X-Force, X-Factor. It was these kind of guys laying around.
Yeah, we had those.
Yeah, and I got a long shot. Oh, God.
Yo, not to cut you off. These are the best wrestling figures if you actually want to do catch cam wrestling and do holds and wrestling moves and all that shit.
But I dead ass got a long shot just because he looked cool, and I grabbed the box and it said his power's luck. I hadn't even seen this person before, and it said long shot. He had his arms were like, you know, and like you could put a knife in one and like he flick it. Bro, I played with that toy for so much. And then my next figure after that was Kane. Y'all remember Kane with the fan on his arm? Yeah. Oh my God, yo, man, you just made me bubbly inside thinking about that shit.
We used to have the G.I. Joes.
Yeah.
I don't know who this fucking character was, but it was a yellow ninja. And no matter how many times I got him, every time I opened the package, he would break apart. Like literally open up and all of his limbs and everything would fall apart. And at one point I said, fuck it. I put them back together and I duct taped them. I had a duct tape full G.I. Joe with a yellow fucking mask. My favorite fucking toy I played with. Favorite fucking toy. And that was from the 99-cent store.
Yeah, they used to he kind of looked like Shocker a bit.
Yes.
Jinx.
Yeah.
Jinx.
Okay.
I think that's the name.
He had like an iron fist type mask.
Yeah. I think it was Jinx. I'm pretty sure. Try to Google it. I think it was that. I remember I had a Beachhead. I had who was the communications guy?
Radio.
I
think it was that simple.
Beachhead Radio. I had a Cobra Commander.
Yeah, we had almost all of them. I had a Sergeant Slaughter.
Yeah, I was gonna say Slaughter. Did Marvel Comics ever do an Avengers crossover with G.I. Joe? Not that I know of.
No, I think so far the only IP they had. I think they might have had G.I. Joe for a little bit in the early 80s, 90s. They had Transformers for a little bit. They have Star Wars now. Godzilla's the big one where the Avengers actually fought Godzilla. And Conan the Barbarian also was an Avenger for a little bit.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I feel like everyone got the Godzilla IP because everyone's fought Godzilla by now in a comic.
I mean, shit, why the fuck not? This is...
Okay, so I think I know who you got. No, I was wrong. It's not Jinx.
Yeah, Jinx is a red female.
Girl, right?
No, really?
Yeah, Jinx I think is the girl.
I got it here though. I'm googling it. It's TJ Bang.
Yeah, this is the Jinx. This is Jinx.
That's Jinx? No way.
Yeah.
What did you say his name was? TJ Bang?
TJ Bang. I'm googling it right now. He looks like Iron Fist. It's literally TJ Bang. TJ Bang. It's a weird name.
Watch it be like, oh, it's Chabang, not TJ.
Yeah, probably, but it's spelled this guy. Oh man, I got the thing in the back. Yeah, TJ Bang.
Yes. Yeah. Every time I open this nigga up, the thing opened and his arms and legs fell apart, and I had to fucking duct tape them together.
Son,
this was my favorite.
Looks like it should break apart. Like that's how flimsy it looks.
Yeah, man, but this was my favorite fucking figure. Not this new shit. I don't know why they made him fucking transsexual. But this one.
Oh man.
Yeah, this one, the old school.
The Iron Fist vibes are real as fuck there.
Yeah,
yo, that figure looks so perfect to put him in a figure fed too, though. I have him as a luchador.
I had the beachhead up until a little while ago. I don't know where I put it. I lost my beachhead, and I had that beachhead up until like at least 5 years ago.
Yo, this was my guy. The Eco Flint.
Oh.
Yo, Flint is my favorite G.I. Joe character, and that's the guy I would use because I had another Flint. That's the guy I would use to represent myself.
Yeah, Beachhead was me. Beachhead all day. I love this like baklava, his ski mask. Yeah, I love Beachhead. Yo, I remember Street Fighter had a line of G.I. Joe style action figures. They used to sell them in the. They used to sell them in the Woolworth and 170th. You see where the McDonald's is in 170th?
Yeah.
You see around the corner they have that bank.
Yeah.
That bank, I think it's a Citibank. That used to be a Woolworth, and in there,
I think that bank now is a T-Mobile.
Oh shit! Really?
Is that the one across the street from the McDonald's?
From the Wingstop, across the street from the Wingstop. So you see the McDonald's. The McDonald's is here. It's on the same block. You just go around. They keep going down in front of the Wingstop. So the Wingstop is here. The bank is here.
Attached to the Rite Aid.
Where the Rite? Yes.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's still a bank. Yeah, that's still a bank.
Yeah. That was Woolworth, and they used to have the lanyards in there. That's where I got my first inline skates. And they used to have, that was the only place with the Street Fighter G.I. Joes, and they were disgustingly overpriced.
Yeah.
$19.99.
Yeah.
Just because they were Street Fighter. My mom said, hell no, I ain't buying you this shit. 19, they were like, yo, the other ones cost like $3. Why am I going to pay $20 for this? My mom is Street Fighter. I don't give a fuck what it is. Name
brand back in the day was we used to.
Oh.
I remember having the Blanca and
the Ken Ninja haunted my dreams, bro. I wanted that shit so bad. God, we was broke. God, we was broke. I mean, $20 in 1996 was a different game. Yeah. That bought groceries for a week.
No, seriously.
That was cold cuts, eggs, milk, and juice.
Yo, that was name brand.
Yeah.
Was really the cost of everything.
Yeah. That was, you could have bought with $20, you could have gone out of the supermarket with 6 cereal boxes.
Yeah.
And a milk.
Yep. This is the fucking Van Damme movie version.
Those I was never a fan of. One of my favorite line of action models like that, some toys, was the Legends of Batman. The Samurai Legends of Batman haunted my dreams. They were so expensive, bro. Ronin Warriors was also pretty expensive. Some of them action figures was expensive as fuck, bro.
Yo, bro, this is why I was always wrestling. Dude, it was always you get one thing.
Yeah.
And I would look, just be like, oh, what's this? That's cool. All right, let's go to the rest of the figures. Who they got? And one Toys R Us had actual a variety.
Yeah.
And then this other one was this 17 fucking Mankind's. It's like, I have Mankind. Yeah. And you look at the back, it's like, yo, what happened to the rest of these fucking people in this in this series?
Yo, I used to hate that because you would find that it's like maybe they'll have 2. And that's it. It's like,
yeah. And then one of my boys worked for Toys R Us, and I was like, yo, bro, who does the ordering? Because y'all stupid. Mm-hmm. He's like, what are you talking about? I was like, why do you order the same fucking figure? He's like, no, that's the only one that doesn't sell. I said, no. Buy more of the ones that sell. Obviously, no one buys this shit. There's 17 of them. Who wants it? I don't want it. I want the ones that are here.
Can I tell you one of the times I went into the Spider-Man and X-Men store. I was like, Mom, it's time. I'm gonna need those $5 for a figure. She's like, all right, cool. There was 17 Saurons up there. the pterodactyl green X-Men dude.
Yeah.
And I did not want that action figure. I didn't want it at all. But that's the one that nobody wanted. So I had to get that because I pretty much had everything else. It was so good.
Yo.
Favorite female members of G.I. Joe team? I mean, Lady J's obviously good. Who was the chick that was always with Cobra Commander? What's her face?
The Baroness.
The Baroness. She had glasses. She had glasses, right?
The Baroness, yeah.
She was kind of foxy.
Lady J.
She was a little foxy.
Lady J's my answer.
She was a little foxy. I enjoyed the Baroness a lot.
I mean, to be honest, there's not too many fucking G.I. Joe women.
Yeah.
There's literally one that's just a fucking model. Like, that's all she did. She stayed on the ship next to fucking Colonel Hawk and she was a model. That's it.
Only members of the G.I. Joe Commandos?
Yeah, so there's
Jinx.
That
That's the only one I know.
It's like
so it's Scarlet, there's Jinx, there's Lady
Scarlet
J.
was cool.
Remember, Anthony? I was wrestling. 100% wrestling.
I was X-Men.
I was wrestling Power Rangers.
No lie.
Yo, no, Power Rangers is my shit too.
I googled G.I. Joe women. Who's that? That's Scarlet. There's Lady J, Baroness, and it's repeated the entire time. Nobody else.
So
Baroness looks like a substitute teacher, bro.
Yeah.
Baroness was foxy, bro.
Because back in the day, it was the boys watched G.I. Joe and the girls played with Barbie.
Yeah, My Little Pony and all of that shit. Yeah.
Because not for nothing, we had our own thing, which was good at one point.
I never had Conan the Barbarian, but I definitely had He-Man. My brother, I used to fuck up his Skeletor my big brother must have had like 5 Skeletor action figures because I fucked up 4 of them.
Yeah.
We had those in the Dominican Republic, bro, in the 80s. Late 80s.
You ever had Castle Grayskull?
Nah.
That's the playset.
The playsets were too. The only play. It's funny because I actually ended up getting a wrestling ring one time. I had a wrestling ring, but playsets were a little. And those commercials used to piss me off, right? Were like the action figures because not only did they have playsets, but they would make their own little like backdrops, like these mountains. We never had that experience. We would get a playset that we put on our floor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We had little pockets of like where they cut down the tree.
Yeah.
And little squares of dirt, and she would put it. That's where I put it.
You know what our playset was?
Like those fucking things, man.
You know what our playset was, Cabs? My pops was the king of this shit. He's driving home from work, stops, picks up a Barbie wooden playhouse, takes it into the backyard, and sprays camo fatigue all over it. And we had a G.I. Joe house there.
That's not
that
bad,
was our playset.
That's kind of fire, though.
Yo,
it wasn't like the Mattel Barbie Dream House. Somebody made a house out of wood. Like it was a
and the thing opened up and closed. Like
opened up.
And your father just happened to find that?
Yo, dude, my dad would be like, "There's a TV, go take it."
Yeah, my dad was a.
And then we'll go to the electrician. Sure. He'll fix a TV, and we had 3 TVs in the living room, 2 TVs in my room. For what? I don't know. We just had TVs.
My dad was the electrician.
Dude, I only remember buying 2 TVs, like a brand new one in the living room because the other TV we had didn't have any sound. And then my mom came home and said, "Merry Christmas" in November. Black Friday sale. It was a TV, DVD, VCR combo. She goes, I bought it for $80. Here goes the fucking TV. And that was the only 2 TVs I ever remember buying. Cap had the original first ever color TV that my grandfather bought in his room. Still working better than most fucking TVs that we've ever seen.
Yep. Yo, did you ever have that huge fucking TV that had that fucking huge part in the back too?
The projector
that was heavy as a motherfucker.
Wait, the projector or the
regular?
No, the actual style TV.
Was it the wood grain TV with the wood around it? Yeah. My father found like 3 of those in our lifetime, man. He just bought it.
Back in the day, we
This
literally
fucking-
as
yeah, I was
kids
gonna
had
say
to be
that.
fucking superhuman strength
Yeah,
to
yeah,
move
yeah.
anything.
Yeah,
Bro,
yeah,
I had to pick that up once. I was like, yo, I thought I had a hernia. I was like,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yo,
that shit was-
the I forgot what the name of those TVs were called.
I can't remember the name. I
with
remember.
the back the CRT joints.
Yeah, well, what was they called? They had like the light bulb in the back.
The cathode ray tube.
No, like the street names for them.
My dad had a Victrola, Anthony. Yeah, my dad had one a Victrola. for sure.
Zenith.
Zenith. Okay,
That
that's
was
the
the
brand.
ones.
That's the brand. That's the brand.
the
That's the
brand.
brand. That's what
But-
I thought you were. That's what I thought
Well,
you meant.
No,
but
because I know like the tube TVs or some shit like that.
Zenith was everywhere though.
Yeah, yo, you could not find a TV less than like 40 pounds.
Zenith. Nobody beats the Wiz.
Yes.
It's just all with the Zenith section for
Yes.
real. Yeah. Do they
And-
still make Zenith stuff?
Yeah.
No,
They
No,
do?
they do, but it's
Do
not
they?
it's not as big as a brand now. It's
Yeah, well.
it's brand.
And you know what, Anthony?
Yo.
I didn't know nobody with a train set, but look at that thing.
that's similar to what I had.
Yeah.
To what I had in
You
my
just
room
had the
growing up.
twist knobs.
You know what's crazy about it though? Because when those TVs break, they just become a stand
Yo,
Yeah.
that's what we
Yeah,
had
for the
new
longest.
TV.
for the new TV. Yes, they just
You know
become a
why?
stand.
Because that's a fucking 150-pound TV.
Yeah,
Yo,
That's solid oak
I
on that
remember
fucking
the
TV.
day my brother decided to throw it out. I was
yes,
Yeah.
son. Yo, I'm pretty sure somewhere in my albums, in my house, is a picture of a TV, the black Zenith, big body in the back, on top of that wood grain shit.
Yo, bro, the TVs back in the day were so good
Yeah.
that when we bought HD TV, I said I don't really see a difference.
No. I saw the difference.
No, well, I bought a Philips TV.
Okay.
That's all I could afford. Because yo, believe it or not, the first ever 1080p TVs were like $2,000.
Bro, my dad. So when life started getting good for us, it's like around. So the Xbox 360 was already out because the first thing I did when my dad purchased this TV was buy Gears of War. I don't know if y'all remember Gears of War on the
Yeah.
Xbox 360.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I hated that game.
and my dad was like, yo, play it. I need to see how this looks on this TV. And it was a big CTR TV. It was 720p. I don't even think it got to I. My dad paid $3,500 for that TV in 2006. 2006.
Yeah.
Yo, my uncle had in the early 2000s. He had the top of the line TV, fucking projection TV. And I remember him calling us up and having to take it out of his living room because it fucking burnt out, and he had to get another fucking TV because the projected TVs they're the start of, if you're not dead center, you don't see the picture.
Yeah.
The minute you move, it gets dark, it gets fuzzy.
Yo, I remember the first year
I had the
first
original,
TV I ever bought.
Anthony. I had the original big, bulky black Xbox with the big fucking ridiculous controller with the white and black buttons on the top right. The most uncomfortable controller in the face of the earth. Yes.
I like that controller.
I like
Yo,
that.
but-
I liked
Yeah.
it too. I liked it
That
too.
controller was innovative because it was a fucking cord that was long enough for you to sit on the couch.
It was.
And if
long
you tripped
cord.
over it, it had a quick connect,
Yeah.
so it didn't drag your system off of the fucking TV.
Yo.
It
Innovative
just
for sure.
disconnected. Like y'all kids don't understand. Not everything was Bluetooth. We had a wire connected to our shit, and people was
Yo,
get in
and
the
the-
way and kick it and
Fucking
unplug
dog
the
and
fucking
cat.
console.
No,
They wouldn't
dude.
unplug the controller. It would unplug the console.
Yeah.
No,
The connection
sometimes they
between
would
the
fucking
controller
pull it
console
with
could
it.
survive a hurricane.
And yo, taking a TV in and out of your house was an ordeal. You had to
Yeah.
call other family members for that. Nowadays, you could carry a 50-inch if you want. I could put a 50-inch flat screen. Bro, when my son's TV messed up and he wanted to, this was when I first moved in here. His TV messed up and he wanted to play Fortnite all night with the boys. There's a Brand Smart down the block. We went and bought him just a quick little $150, like it was like a 40-inch, like I think it was a what is it? It's
Roku?
Toll House? No, it's something house.
What was it?
something house, something some Herbert House, some shit like that. Super cheap, but 40 inches, and I carried it the whole thing, like 3 blocks, just no problem. You could never do that in the 90s. You needed a hand truck, you needed 16 people, you needed the graces of God, and you needed access to a ramp up your building. If your building had those first 3 steps to go in and then open the main door, you had a problem, bro.
Yo, this is why my back is so fucked up, because when I was a kid, I used to be locked in my room and they would just throw raw meat in my room, and that's how I ate, and I was super strong. Because literally, my mom would be like, I had 3 people help me put this shit in the car. Vincent, go get it. And I would go pick it up, put it on my shoulder, and just walk in the house like, okay, where you want it?
Damn, Anthony, you asking a lot of good questions. So, quick story about the Game Boy. Did you guys ever carry around the original big Game Boy, not the Game Boy Color?
Yeah,
I had an original big Game Boy. I got it late in the game, though. My dad was an electrician, and God bless his soul. My dad is not a bad person, but he swindled a few people out of consoles for us. Yo, it's gonna cost too much to fix. I gotta get parts from Japan, plus shipping, plus labor. You might as well just get another console. I'll give you $50 for that because I could use the parts. And now you got 50, just put another 150 and you can go get another console. We were like, I got a Sega Genesis. Well, I got a Super Nintendo like that. I got a Game Gear like that. I got a Game Boy like that. But very special story about a Game Boy. So my house got robbed. We had just got that Game Boy and my house got robbed. Like, they flipped everything out. They took some money out of my mom's drawer. They took all the Nintendo games, all the Nintendos, Super Nintendo, all of that. And I was bummed, kid. I was bummed. I was hurting bad. And I had just gotten the Game Boy, and I was like, fuck, bro, I wish I still had the Game Boy. So apparently I left the Game Boy in a different place or something. So we had the old school bunk beds with the fucking 18 drawers coming down each side. So I just happened to open one of the bottom drawers where all the garbage was, and the Game Boy was right there. They didn't steal it. It's the only console I have for a couple months until my dad was able to swindle someone else out of a Super Nintendo. Yeah. So good. It was the original Game Boy, the big bulky gray one, but they started making those in color as well. And
Yeah,
it was green. It was green. But it was still the big bulky one.
Yeah.
It wasn't a Game Boy Color. Big bulky Game Boy, but it was green. Yeah.
Yeah, we started with the Game Boy Color and then went to the Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, but
I did have the Virtual Boy for one of my parties with the all red everything, give you a headache until you fucking pass out.
Man, there was no clear way of playing that shit. Like, if you put it in a desk, you had to like. So if your desk was right here, you had to like, you know what I'm saying? Or you could just fucking lay down on your bed and put the shit on you like this. You fucking, yo, what a mess! What a mess of a console that was. But yo, the Mario
and now
Tennis,
VR is a big thing.
Yeah, now VR is like real deal. Yo, my dad loves VR. I remember when I first got a VR system. It wasn't a VR system. It was the where you put your Android phone in it.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
That shit, the Samsung VR. My parents had came down from New York for that trip. And I was like, yo, Dad, they finally did it. They finally did virtual reality. Because, you know, my dad was a big sci-fi guy back in the day, you know? And one of our favorite movies was First Kid with Sinbad. And they had that VR game in the mall at the end. So I'm like, Dad, they did it. So I put that shit on for my pops. And he was like, what the fuck? They did it. And I remember I put it on for my mom. There was like these weird, like, recorded videos off a GoPro. And it was like in a gondola in Venice. And I was like, Mom, here, go to Venice. And my mom was like, yo. And she was like, can you go to the Vatican? I'm like, sure as fuck, yeah, you could go to the Vatican. I got you. Took her to the Vatican. And she was like, what the fuck? Yo. Samsung VR off my Galaxy 5, dude. Oh, this was like 2015. Oh, goodness gracious. This is 8 years ago. Now they have fucking one of the best VR games that you can get now is Half-Life Alyx. That is a great VR game. And VR is just getting better and better, really.
Yeah.
Dude, for John Wick 3, I went to Comic-Con, they had the John Wick experience where you VR and you're John Wick and you have the guns and you just gun through everybody. And I so badly wanted to do it, but I will pass out if you put one of those things on me.
It was rough.
That shit happened in fucking downtown Disney.
Yeah.
Me and my dad were playing on one side, and we're fighting something. I look over, and what happened was when I looked, nothing happened. Then the screen moved. Then I looked back on instinct. Nothing happened. Then the screen moved, and I saw a sign that said "Pick up your sword." And then I woke up on the couch.
Damn. Oh, so you passed out.
Him
and my father passed out on the couch. We put him in like a booth where, outside of a restaurant and shit. And we was like, "You all right?" And my pops was like, "Yeah, we good." Me and my mom went to play the Buzz Lightyear bumper cars.
And so both of y'all passed out.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, because that's how bad the motion.
But to be fair, that was very early VR. They have done a lot of fixes for it, but to be honest, I can maybe give you an hour of one of those headsets. More than that, and I start getting dizzy.
You can ask Toe. If I'm in the passenger seat of a car and you just go, "Vic, read that for a second," just handing me it, I'm like, "Oh shit."
Yo.
So you get that just horrible motion. Like
Cap. It's funny you say that, right? So when I was like, it's like 19, 20, I started dating some girls. She was like this little rich girl from Jersey. And for my birthday, she was like, "What do you want?" And I was constantly taking the bus to this little job that I had with my dad. So I was like, "I want a PSP, the original PSP." And I got it, and she bought it for me. It was great. And I took it on the bus for the first time ever. And I'm so happy. I get on the bus, I turn it on. I'm looking down, trying to play this game on the bus. I've never felt that lightheaded dizziness in my life. So I said, I stopped, I crunched. And I couldn't do it. I cannot. On a vehicle, nowadays I'm a little better at it. I took a really long bus trip up a little north in Florida, and I had my Switch. But on the bus, the back of the bus in New York, that shit is no joke, man. Fucking bouncing everywhere. Yeah. I'm fucking, I literally was like, I have to stop this. And I sold the PSP.
Dude, you want to hear funny about the PSP was big when I was in the military, because you go on the ship, you can't really have too much shit. I had bought a PSP, and I hate PlayStation, but Xbox doesn't make a handheld shit, and
you guys just hate Xbox because PlayStation is superior. There's no reason. Huh? There's no reason to hate Sony. Get over it.
No,
get over it.
There's a big reason.
No, there isn't. There is not. I can. The way you could argue comics, I could argue console. There's no reason to hate Sony.
So I'll say this: I used to be able to just put a game in and play. Now I gotta wait fucking 3 days for it to load.
You could do the same thing on Xbox. It's the same thing.
No. I picked the Xbox because fuck Sony, and if we got to make a switch, I'm not.
That's what I'm saying. It's just out of hate for Sony. There's no optimal reason why you would get, especially now with PCs, because you can literally play any Xbox game on PC.
Well, let me just say this: if I still had the choice, Dreamcast is where I'm going.
Well, shit.
Yeah.
Well, shit.
Is he gonna pull a Dreamcast?
I think he is.
Yeah.
Well, shit. Come on now. We're talking something completely different now. Ahead of its time.
Yes.
One of the first consoles that you could fucking connect 56K to and play online way before PS2 did it. This right here, if the PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 is my favorite console of all time, this is the one that's in my heart. The world wasn't ready for this chat. It wasn't. It wasn't ready for this. This was a powerhouse at the time.
Yo, so good that if you played Madden and you had a memory card that with a virtual screen on
By
it,
the way,
you picked your Madden plays on your
this for you,
controller.
Ant. This for you, Ant. It's a little dusty.
The
But
VCR.
this is for you, Ant. This is for you. Look at this monster. This monster console, bro. What is this? This is heavy.
Yo,
Still better than anything Sony's ever made.
Yo,
I'll say it. I don't give a shit. Fight me. I don't
yo, listen, yo, but you know what? A strong second console for me, N64,
yeah.
because you had the 4 players.
Yeah.
Wayne Gretzky 3D hockey,
Rumble Tap.
fucking
98.
Ken Griffey baseball,
Great game.
all of the wrestling games. All the wrestling games in that motherfucker.
WCW versus NWO Revenge is
Tour?
the
Yeah,
best.
Revenge,
You could
yeah.
do World
Yeah.
Tour. Yeah. Hey, no
World Tour
problems
is
with
great.
World
World
Tour.
Tour is good
The
too.
thing is that Revenge had more characters and it was more NWO
Had more
focused.
real
It
characters.
was more NWO focused. But
Yeah, it was the first time you actually had a fucking entrance.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like these fucking kids don't understand.
They don't. They don't.
We
They
had
don't.
a fucking Royal Rumble and people running down to the ring. There's only 4 people in the ring at once, but it was like, it was like, yo, I remember, I was like, oh shit, they got an entrance. They
Yo,
got an
But
entrance. What
to
the
be
fuck?
fair,
You wanna
before
know-
you go, the Xbox 360 though had it. Xbox 360 destroyed the PS3.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. I had an Xbox 360, and I remember those the Xbox 360 action game Stranglehold, Wet, all of those perfection.
Then they fucked it up with trying to make it a
Anybody who doesn't
fucking.
know.
Go ahead.
For anybody who doesn't know, this is how good WrestleMania 2000 is. If you go into the character creation suite and take the original model of a character and switch it to look like yours, because you can have up to 4
Yes.
slots, so you can still keep the character and just make him look like you. Your character appears in the fucking opening scene.
Yeah.
It takes the place of that character in the fucking opening scene.
Okay,
And it is
yes.
now you there.
So Anthony, I understand the Red Ring of Death was a problem. However, if your console caught Red Ring of Death, even outside of warranty, Microsoft would change that for you. The problem with
Yeah,
the problem with the PS3 was that ridiculous processor that it had that made games super difficult to develop on that console. Another thing, Xbox 360 at the time made the online space very friendly, very easy to use. It introduced a lot of indie games, which everyone was going nuts about. It introduced the avatars. It was just a fun place to be, the Xbox 360. Now, the PS3 with that, what is that core process? The cell processor.
Yeah.
PS3 with the cell processor could do incredible things, but these games were so hard to program that more often than not, they were a little sloppy. You know, you had your Uncharted 1s and 2s and later on, but the Xbox 360, even sales-wise, crushed the PS3. That's another thing. When that PS3 was released and announced, they had a $700 price tag on it. The Xbox 360, you could get the $399 version with the wired controller and no storage, or you could get the $499 version with the wireless controller and a 20 gig storage. It was just the easier console to get accustomed to.
Yeah.
It was just easier. But Heavenly Sword on the PS3, Uncharted 1 on the PS3, Resistance on the PS3, Killzone. No, these were top tier games. But Xbox was just easier to get into and plug in with your friends. It was just easier.
Yeah.
It was just easier. Yeah.
And Halo was just the fucking multiplayer on Halo.
Hey, look, one of the Halos that people regard in the highest that I didn't get to play as much because I was just kind of over it already is Halo 3. Halo 3 changed the multiplayer game forever.
Yep.
They introduced vehicles. The matchmaking was perfect.
Yeah.
Like it was just
The
perfection. Yeah, no. Like they really was like, yo, let's do this correct. And
Yeah.
I played a lot of Halo 2 as well, but Halo 3 kind of escaped me. But what Halo 3 was able to do for multiplayer games moving forward, you can't, PS3, they're like online was, so that's another thing. PS3, Sony was like, oh, our online is free. Xbox, you got to pay monthly for it.
And
But
then now,
because it worked though.
Yeah.
PS3 online was atrocious at first. It's atrocious. So Xbox 360, what the thing is, they went into the next generation and they're like, oh, hey, so you guys are 360, right? Since you like it so much and we're never going to buy it, you're going to have to get this version with the Connect included. You're going to have to be connected at all times. You can't share used games. From the moment Xbox did that, it never caught up again. Yeah. Sorry, I got into a weird
No,
video
because
game
they try to make it a multimedia system.
Yeah, it was like for the house. And it's like, no, we want games. We don't want Netflix.
Yeah, and you know the crazy shit is, I remember that because you had to plug your cable box into it, and you could be like, Xbox, turn on cable box, and you watch cable.
Yeah.
And I'm watching it, and I'm like, yo, there's something wrong here.
It doesn't. It never felt right.
The video quality didn't transfer over.
It never felt right.
Because the one thing I've never seen firsthand, but I would give to PlayStation, when you're streaming or playing high definition videos, I think PlayStation has a better video processor for the TVs than the Xbox does. Because a lot of the fucking times, I would rather watch shit on the TV itself
for sure
than on any of the apps on the Xbox. You can ask Cap.
Even on the PS, like I'd rather just watch it through a streaming service, if anything.
Yo, you can ask Cap. We order the AEW pay-per-views, and we order it through the Xbox, and I'm watching. I'm like, yo, this shit looks bad. I put it on my phone and I stream it to the TV. Crispy. I'm like, he's like, I can't tell the difference. He's like, no, I tell.
You could get 4K on your phone. That's what it is.
Yeah,
you can get 4K, and it's funny because Xbox released that. It's funny. I was just watching the 2013 press conferences when 2012, when Xbox came out with all of this. Oh, you got to be connected. It was 2013. You got to be connected. And then PlayStation jumped off of that for PS4. Like, you don't got to be connected. You can share your games. And again, it's been a losing battle for Xbox since. But Xbox was so innovative, though, because now that's the standard. Like, even for your PlayStation, you want the best experience, you need to be connected. You cannot, if you can't download a first day patch or something like that, you're done. Like, it's the standard now. Now look, I'm looking at my PlayStation all right now, right? I'm looking at the media side. I have Twitch, YouTube, HBO Max, Prime, Crunchyroll, Netflix, Hulu, Vudu, which I never use, Hulu, Disney Plus. Everything that Xbox was talking about in 2013 is the standard now. So I feel like it's a little unfair to Xbox because they were ahead of the game. They were just too early with that. We weren't ready to let go of our CDs and our videos and our. Remember when Netflix used to send CDs straight to your house?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Xbox was too early on it.
You know why? Because having the CD itself, going to somebody's house and playing it
means something.
That was the thing because
it's a
we went to people's houses.
Yeah, it's a vibe.
Yeah, and also it was kind of a thing like, yo, I downloaded the game on the Xbox. What happens if my Xbox crashes? Do I lose the game forever? Like, do they not know that I have it? Like, there's no proof. Like, if I got the CD, I could, I could always, if the Xbox dies, I could buy another. I got the game. We didn't trust that whole cloud shit.
Yeah, and now it's just the standard. So
I haven't bought a fucking CD game.
Yeah,
everything's just on here now.
I just download now, and it's like this is from a retro video game collector, and it's like everything is just downloadable now. And like I like to give Xbox a hard time because trust me, I was on the Twitters, I was on the FAQ sites, I was on the Reddits, riding for my Sony fanboyism. But at the end of the day, I think console wars are stupid, and obviously I'm just giving you a hard time. But I think it's super unfair that everyone turned their back on Xbox, and now everything that they was trying to do 10 years ago is the standard now.
Yeah.
It sucks for Xbox. And then the biggest mistake that Xbox, well, not the biggest mistake, but one of the biggest blows that it dealt itself is that now you got the Game Pass and the cloud where you could play your games anywhere. So it's like, I could pay $500 for an Xbox One, or I could save up a little bit longer and get a $1,500 PC. Just get the PC, bro. I know $1,500 and $500 is different, but with a PC, you could do a lot more than just game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No.
You do the podcast, you could do your website, you could do your homework, you could, you know?
You get better quality also on a PC.
Yeah.
Depending on what shit you got.
That's what I'm saying. Like if you have a PC and you want a console, don't look at an Xbox. You don't need it.
Yo, you know what's crazy? If I had Halo, the free shit, on the Xbox, and I downloaded it on my PC from the Xbox Game Hub and shit. And I never play that shit on the Xbox. It's always on my PC.
Yeah. Like that's what's crazy about it. Like in you know, and PS5 games, they go to PC and it's usually a wreck. But I said just get a PC, bro. You don't need an Xbox. Save your money for a little while longer. Just get a PC because you can do more with a PC. You can be creative on a PC, you know? And now, look, if you don't care about that stuff, you just want to get a console and you want to play Forza, go for it. Get your Xbox. But optimal play right now, you cannot play Spider-Man on an Xbox.
No, yeah. There's a lot of the exclusive games are better for PlayStation than they are for Xbox.
100%.
Like, yo, not for nothing. If I wasn't able to buy Spider-Man on Steam,
yeah,
I was literally thinking about, because there's a store by me that always has the PlayStation. Everybody's like, yo, I can't find a PlayStation. I'm like, yo, there's a sneaker store by me. They got like 30 of them shits. But everybody thought they were fake. I was about to go, but like, yo, give me the fucking.
They would have overcharged you, though.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you didn't do that. You would have paid PC prices for that PlayStation. So I'm glad you didn't do that. And not only that, within about a year and a half, the PlayStation 5 Pro is going to come out, and the Xbox Series XXS Tokyo Drift size 2 is going to come out too. So if you're thinking about a console, give it about a year and a half.
Yo, these Xboxes think they're sneakers. They come out with different colorways.
Yeah.
Now they got the Diablo one. They got some other version, like a Halo version of it. They got a gold version.
Bro, some of those consoles are fire though. I'll never forget the Master Chief Xbox 360 edition.
Yes.
Beautiful console. But like, so Xbox, they did some weird shit. A lot of people are upset where everybody's been asking for extra space because it only comes with a terabyte.
Yeah.
So what they did, they released a new console with 2 terabytes. But you still gotta fucking buy the console. It's $349.
Oh, you know what the best part is? They have an expansion hard drive that it's like a little thing you plug in the back of the Xbox. It gives you another terabyte. You know what? You know how much that shit costs?
$180.
The same price as the Xbox Series S. It was $250.
$200. Yeah, $200. Yeah.
I'm like, yo, fuck that.
Yeah,
but you can buy external hard drives that are like Xbox compatible. You won't get the same speed, but you'll be able to put your games in.
It's fine.
Yo,
if you're transferring games, it's fine.
Listen,
sorry
it's
for
in the cloud.
Sorry for the video game chatter.
Yeah, no, but not for nothing.
People
don't realize this shit. The game is in the cloud. You don't need a fucking hard drive. Delete the games you're not playing. Yeah. And when you want to play it again, just re-download them.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
That's what I do on mine. So there's a few games that I like to keep. So MLB The Show is always on my PS5. That's the sports game that I play. Because my son plays baseball and he likes it, and I'm doing a road to the show, kind of like career mode thing, where I made my son in the game, and he's a center fielder, and we go ham. So that game is always there. Skyrim is always on my PS5, but then I'm just like re-downloading shit all the time. And luckily enough, I got good internet where I'm at, so I could download big games quick. Thank God.
Yeah.
So we spoke about I see you change the title, you sneaky little fox. You sneaky
What do you change the
salmon.
title
You
to?
sneaky little salmon.
You
My
just changed it
man-
to everything we spoke about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Secret Invasion's there, the Flash reviews there, old school video game
Where the
time.
fuck would we be without Toe Dog? Wow,
Yeah.
that is beautiful. But we spoke about Secret Invasion for like 3 minutes.
Yeah,
No, we had a good
Yeah,
one.
no, we had. I'm talking shit. I'm talking shit.
No, you know what it is?
There's
It's-
not much
it's
to
hard
talk about.
It's hard to talk about because we can't speculate. And I honestly believe what I said is the fucking story.
Mhm.
And if that's the case, then we already know it.
Mhm.
And like the only thing left to talk about is the little minutia.
Yeah.
Shit.
I think you nailed it with what you said. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be easier to talk about. I feel like the week after, like
Oh well.
No,
the
yeah,
let's
15
get,
episode.
get
then
ready.
it's
Get
like-
ready. Next.
Yeah,
segment.
episode 1 is tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah, so next week
I
we're
think
gonna have a nice
we're-
combo about it.
They might drop 2.
Oh,
so there
they
you go.
dropping 2?
How many episodes?
might.
How many episodes is this series?
Six. 6 hour episodes though.
Oh, is it an hour?
no,
Is it
Okay.
an
All
hour?
right.
What? 43. It's 43. No, it's not 30 minutes.
They might do from what I heard, they might do the same shit as they do with The Mandalorian. As the episode is just as long as it needs to take.
Okay, cool. That's fine. That's usually 40 plus though.
No, but I mean, there's some Mandalorian episodes that are like 25 minutes.
Wow, dang. I was.
These
see,
needed these to be good. Should have been an hour at least each.
I like the Marvel
Yeah.
show formula where it's 6 episodes an hour apiece. I like that. Loki, Anthony. Question: I had an N64 when I was younger, but I could never find it, or I'm not sure if it ever made. Did ECW in the 90s ever make a video game for N64?
Yeah, they made the
Yeah.
Extreme Rules.
Anarchy Rules.
Anarchy Rules, yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, and you know that was the first wrestling game you had to do combos to do moves.
Yeah. So it was modeled after the Acclaim series that. So Acclaim was doing WWE before THQ bought them out, and they did the WrestleMania 2000 shit. So when Acclaim dropped the WWE, well, when WWE dropped Acclaim, ECW picked them up, and those games were horrible. But I mean, it was ECW, and if
Yeah.
you're a fan,
And,
like,
yo, and
they had,
these
like,
games,
6
yo,
wrestlers in it.
the games back in the day, I'm sorry, the games now don't have shit on them. Because, yo, No Mercy introduced a ladder match. Revenge you introduced a Rumble.
Yeah.
WrestleMania 2000 introduced a 4-way or some shit,
Yeah.
a 3-way match. ECW had a barbed wire match. It had fucking hardcore matches. You could use weapons and shit in there. Like, the innovation from game to game, it's almost like the people who made shit back in the day realized that you didn't have the money for this, so we're gonna make it worth that. Nowadays, people are like, nigga, this is the blue version of what we gave you last year.
And that's-
There's not much more to innovate though when it comes to these kind of things. Like how much better can you keep making Madden? You know what I mean? When Madden has been I think Madden peaked after 2004. Nah, let's be honest. Maybe
No,
like 2010, 2011, 12.
The fucking the 2K football game was way better.
Yeah, I'm a fan of 2K football.
NFL 2K.
I forgot that was a thing.
That is one of my biggest video game gripes. The fact that we never got Madden saw the writing, EA saw the writing on the wall. Because NFL 2K5 came out, crazy animations, crazy video game. T.O. on the
Spin
cover.
moves.
T.O. on the cover when T.O. was that guy. And they sold it for $19.99. Madden was charging $50 for a game. $20, you could get the best football game. EA said, no, we can't do this. And they started buying out that license. And then I remember All Pro Football 2K8, which was the Hall of Fame version of the game.
Oh, that game was fucking fire.
Incredible. But it didn't have licensed teams. So no one played that shit.
Yeah.
I still have that game.
I did.
Still have that
I do. I make my own team,
Yeah.
draft my own fucking guy. Phil Sims is my quarterback.
Yo,
Yeah.
that game is so
Yo.
good.
Yeah,
that game and the last version of Blitz.
Yeah. Blitz was some.
That had the actual teams in there.
No.
Yo,
Fucking great.
I would say this. My favorite game to play, you can ask Cabs. UFC 2.
Undisputed.
Yes.
Michael Bisping.
Yo,
Dude, I love
I
Undisputed.
felt like that was the most realistic game you could ever have. Like
1 and 2 were so good.
Yes.
The new EA
Yes.
ones suck.
you
Yeah.
can ask Cap. What did I say the minute they said UFC's going to EA Sports?
Yeah.
What I say,
Done.
Cap?
Never mind it
Done.
again.
Yeah, I'm not buying this shit.
It was THQ.
EA Sports.
It was THQ that made
Yeah,
Undisputed, right?
THQ and Jax. EA Sports knows how to fuck up a game.
Yeah, man.
I swear to God, when I
That should be
found
the
out
slogan-
certain games
slogan.
for EA, I stopped playing them. The
Yeah.
only reason why I finished the fucking Star Wars game is because Cap finished it. He said, "Yo, you gotta watch certain scenes." So I was like, "All right, I finished to fight Vader and shit." But I don't play EA games. They fuck up a wet dream, bro. It's so fucking convoluted. It's like, bro, I don't understand this shit. Like, I don't know why I'm playing a mini game to submit somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is not like I don't want to do this.
Me either. I played Undisputed. I'm talking. I think I had like at least 1,000 ranked matches. All
Yeah.
Michael Bisping. It's my guy in Undisputed. The guys make a good point here in chat. Like a lot of people like the crazy sports type of games over the simulated ones. Like I could take you back to Sega Genesis with Mutant League Football, that kind of
Yeah.
shit. But like
Oh yeah.
NBA Street is the one that comes to mind.
Yeah,
the most.
that was PlayStation 2 NBA
PlayStation
Street.
2, PlayStation 2
man.
NBA is flawless. And
Yes.
yo, the other day I posted a video about this that I made, which is the Interstellar like crying scene, and on top it was NBA Street Volume 2 that they have the will they
After
reminisce of it?
Yeah.
Like I saw that the other day. I saw that like right before that, and I got choked up. Volume 3 was
Yo.
cool too with the King James shit. Remember, Krails?
Yeah.
Oh,
Check this out.
Yeah.
oh my God. Oh. Oh my goodness.
Dude, I don't like how skinny my guy looks, but
The only reason I downloaded the EA one is because I needed something to fuck people up in.
Yo, dude, yeah.
I
But
needed something.
I bought the game. I said, you know what? It's fucking $35. I said, let me buy it. Cap, how many times did I play that game?
how many times have I seen you play that game? -2.
Yeah.
I've never seen you play
I played that game twice.
My son bought it. It was like, nah, I don't even want to touch
I
it.
played 2 matches and said the only EA Sports game I would legit play is the boxing game. The old school PlayStation.
Yo, they need to bring it back.
Cruz just said it. So this is, it depends on your definition of sports, but extreme sports, EA, SSX, the snowboarding joints.
Oh no.
Big fan of
What
that.
was it? 1080p?
No. That was
1080 snowboard.
Yeah.
That shit.
that was
1080
64.
snowboarding.
That was 64.
Yeah, that's what we
But
need.
SSX
That's the only
tricky.
snowboarding game I've ever
Yes.
played.
SSX Tricky, we was on that heavy. SSX Tricky and SSX on tour. Yeah, we was on the heavy. That's like the only really EA shit that we did. But not Fight Night Round 3 for the Xbox 360 was
Yes.
perfection.
Because yo, dude, you can literally swerve. Like you
Bro,
can dodge
they had
punches and-
that Floyd Mayweather Philly shell defense where you're just like you block it with this.
Yeah.
And you're like, we used to go to Hochi's crib and demolish that game all night, bro. Ugh. NBA Street Volume 2 is probably one of my favorite of the extreme sports games though. The NFL Street wasn't bad with Ricky Williams in the cover. It wasn't bad. But NBA Street, right? So NBA Street 1 had a freestyle crossover button. So you just tap square over and over, and your player recognized that you were in front of another player. like a defending player. So you just start bopping and bringing it back. And one of the moves, he'll put the ball through the defender's legs, and then you just grab it, throw it up, bounce it off the backboard. Somebody will come, boop.
Yo, the alleys and that shit was fucking phenomenal. Game breakers. Oh my god.
Yo, we had a tournament, right? In my friend in our next door neighbor's house, to which, and Toe can attest to this, I shit you not, I took a coin, did a coin flip, and accurately predicted the entire fucking tournament.
Yeah, no, he's serious. Yo, dude.
I'm talking about the fact that my boy won, even after it said he goes down into the losers bracket as the work his way back up to the fucking championship.
Wow.
Yeah, no, seriously, it was freaky. But yo, the UFC game, you could ask Kaz. I would do the career mode, and that's all. I was 3 fucking division champions.
Yeah,
I went up and down and weight and all that other shit. Matt Serra, first motherfucker to beat me. I took that shit personally. Yo, what did I do to Matt Serra, Kaz?
Yo, I don't think I honestly think every once in a while he jumps it back on just to continue hitting him.
Dude, Matt Serra took me down in the first fight.
Yeah.
And like he beat me that way. So I said, okay, we stand up, body shots. Boom, boom. I took him down, knee to the body. Yo, at the end of the first round, his both ribs were bruised because they showed the bruising. And you could see him walking like this. I didn't punch him in the face once. I'm pretty sure in real life, Matt Serra woke up the next morning pissing blood.
Yeah.
Yo,
I want to leave that mark.
Toad's the only person I've ever seen in a fight night make the other fighter throw in the towel.
Yeah, because I would get the eye.
Not by knockout. Well, the other guy just like, yo, fuck it,
because you keep focusing on that eye.
Yeah, it was always boom, boom, boom.
And the best thing was that
boom.
you would knock them down, and they'd like, and you can still keep hitting them, son.
Yeah.
Fighting out round 3 was incredible, and the graphics at the time on the Xbox 360 were insane. Fighting out round 4 was not great. I played it a lot, but it wasn't great. It wasn't great.
Yo, you know one of my favorite sports games to play? Tiger Woods golf.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
On the
Hell
wing,
yeah!
You're actually playing golf now.
Yo,
Krills will tell you that we used to fuck that shit up, and it had one of the most amazing soundtracks. It was nothing but Thievery Corporation. Thievery Corporation, smooth, kind of like chill, jazzy, kind of like smooth drum and bass a little bit. Yo, we used to just do the deed, just get nice and toasty. This was back in the day. And we just freaking played Tiger Woods golf and just listen to the beats. Thievery Corporation. Guys, Thievery Corporation, amazing band.
Yo, this game right here. This is the best fucking baseball game I've ever played in my life.
Yo,
it's a Japanese
on the Wii.
import.
I never played that.
Yo, it's a Japanese import. It's the first game that ever said my last name.
Yeah, I remember when that started getting big.
Yeah. When you come up, it's like, oh, now batting Aviles in the field. Like Aviles catches the ball. That had a whole fucking system in which you went to the career mode. You went to college. If you did good enough in college, you got drafted to the pros. If you didn't, you went down to the major leagues, to the minors. Yeah. Then you worked your way up. You could buy a house. You can buy your car. You could sweet talk some of the females, if you're the male, females in the game, and do relationships. I was dating a fucking reporter for the team. Yo, it was so fucking in depth that the graphics looking like that never fucking mattered. And the mechanics of playing the game were fucking great.
God.
Yo, do you remember virtual tennis?
Hell yeah. The Dreamcast. That is the best tennis game you'll ever play in your life.
Yes.
I remember how the ball reacted to different courts. Yeah. When it was clay. Oh my God. Yo, that's another one. As Krills, so another one, virtual tennis was on and popping.
Yo, and even for them though, the graphics on that was great.
Yeah.
Yo, Dreamcast was ahead of its time. the last time, okay, so like, you know, PlayStation to PlayStation 2, PlayStation 2 to 3, Xbox to Xbox 360. Like the jump was noticeable, but we were already at such a good state that it didn't hit as hard. My opinion, the biggest jump in graphic fidelity came when we got to the Dreamcast.
Yes.
What I saw on that Dreamcast was like, yo, this is the next generation.
Yeah, that was definitely, you saw
the
something.
Controller.
Yeah.
Y'all made me cry. I think
Such a clear picture too. That's what
I think. There was this game called Jet Set Radio.
Oh,
It's the graffiti game where you tighten
Yeah.
up. That was the first time I ever seen cell shaded graphics that looked that good.
Yeah.
And I remember there was one part in Shibuya, the first map that you played. So this area, for some reason, there's nothing to do there, but you go to it and the game switches camera and you just see nothing but like people around. You just skate around them and they're like, yeah, that same thing, Ty. And they just like run out of the way. And I remember thinking to myself, like, yo, why does this look so good? Great soundtrack. The graffiti was great. The characters were fun. The skating around was insane. Grinding through levels. So Jet, it's really Jet Grind Radio. That's the Japanese name. But Jet Set Radio Future came out for the Xbox, that big bulky shit that I showed you, which is the second part. And everything was fantastic about the game. But for some reason, the graffiti, all you have to do is hold R now to graffiti. Whereas before, you have to do motions with the controller. So when the police are chasing you or bad guys chasing you, you got to do that. It felt fun and dangerous. Whereas
it made it more.
It made it easier and streamlined. I was like, this is kind of weak. But man, the Dreamcast, yo, we used to cut school and go to Krill's sister's house. Krill's had keys for all of her sister's houses, and we would cut class and go there. And we would play this kind of like before, like it was kind of like a Super Smash Brothers type of game for the Dreamcast, Power Stone. Oh man. Oh, I don't even know what to say anymore. I'm mad we took this turn in this podcast.
No, yeah.
Because now I'm sad.
How old are you, Anthony?
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. How old are you, Ant? If you don't mind telling.
Because you gotta remember, we played football with little dots.
Yeah.
And they were just running down this way. And like if you did a 100-yard touchdown, it took about 15 minutes.
Yo, by the way,
football. Oh my god.
By the way, 33.
Oh, so
okay,
you should know. You should. You should know, man.
You was there. He was there. He was there 3,000 years ago.
Yeah.
By the way, Retro Bowl. Has Krills ever told you about Retro Bowl? Bro, Retro Bowl is essentially Tecmo Bowl for your phone. But you control everything way better. The throwing, you control it. And you could do like franchise and season mode on this shit.
Oh, wow.
Retro Bowl is a free download. I think you could upgrade it for $2. Retro Bowl, I still play that shit. I'm on year 11 with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in this shit. Yeah. You could pick your teams. You can draft. You can... Look, right now I'm about to go to I'm in the Retro Bowl this year. Retro's so good. Let me see if I have like a replay here so I can show you how it looks. It really is retro. It really is Tecmo Bowl, but just updated. It's a phenomenal game.
Yo, Taquan, that was the Chico, bro.
Yeah, Bo Jackson.
Oh yeah, that was unfair. That's unfair. Oh, yep, right here. Got it. I didn't have to look too far. Did not have to look too far for this clip. Oh, so this is a running play. Kind of wish I could show y'all the throwing. It really is Tecmo Bowl. It really is Tecmo Bowl. That's me running. Super cool though, bro. to just everyone download that game. Did you guys ever stack your teams when you did your season for NFL 2K on the Xbox and would always go undefeated? And like, yo, Anthony, I would do whole seasons in a day, in a few hours. Talking about going through a whole regular season, 16 games, playoffs. I do 2 seasons in a day sometimes.
Yo,
I put so much time into NFL 2K5.
you can ask Toe. Whenever I do a sports game and I do the either my league or the season or whatever, I am super realistic. I put the salary cap. I make sure that nobody just jumps around. When I draft a team, I don't even draft super teams. I try to draft good players. I try to build a roster.
They're trying to add realism to it.
Yo, I'm the type where it's like, no, fuck that. I want the best players of all the eras in my league.
Yeah.
And one time I had Penny Hardaway, Jordan, my created guy, and I think Patrick Ewing. The first 20 games we played, I went undefeated. And I'm winning by 80 points. And it got to the point where I was like, all right, I gotta redo this. Because it's fun, but it's like
That's why I keep that shit realistic.
Yeah, so the one thing I would try to do it realistic as possible. The one thing I wouldn't do, well, the one thing I would do, I would put 5-minute quarters though, because I wanted to just run through season.
5-minute quarters too.
Yeah, because I knew people who would do the realism too, but then put 12-minute quarters. Like, you're insane.
Jesus,
you're insane. Like,
the only reason I would do 8-minute quarters because when you play the career mode for the new ones, you get more points, like coins. So, and I had to buy stats because if you play online with these fucking cheaters,
that's for NBA though.
Yeah, you play online with these fucking
2K5.
babies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need $100 so I can get 1,000 coins so I can make my guy 99, and I'm gonna do the Curry fucking slide. That's why I stopped playing the basketball game because of the fucking online shit. All they do is run from one side of the court to the other side of the court and then shoot the threes. Like, and if you did this shit in real life, you would have got fucking checked so hard that you would have gone home. You would never touch a basketball again.
Yeah. Anthony, so asking about Forza and Gran Turismo on PlayStation VR, those are actually the easiest games to do in VR because they've been doing racing games in VR for a little while now.
Yeah, so, I feel like that's the easiest to do.
Yeah, like you don't have guns or crazy motions. It's literally you are tracking the car. If you're doing cockpit view, so like it'll actually
it's even less things you got to render.
Yeah, exactly. Like it'll be just fine. Now, when you start doing fucking like crazy action games, like fucking I don't know, maybe like God of War on that shit, then yeah.
Hold on. You know what I've always wanted to do, but I've never.
I'm not the biggest racing game guy either, Ty, but Forza is really good. Forza's good.
Yo, nothing will beat Need for Speed Underground.
Need for Speed Underground 1, bro.
Well,
24.
There's a racing game.
All my partners
yeah, there's a racing game that came out after that. It was SRS, and I bought it off of Steam. I can't use my controller for some fucking reason, but it was the best racing game I ever played because one, it was introduced to free run, the free open world, so you could just drive around. But if you crash your car, you had to pay to fix it, and you can tune your turbo to each gear. So you can have more torque in the beginning or more horsepower at the end and shit. And you can tune it and you can go on the track and fucking just test this shit. And yo, dude, I would get a Stage 3 fucking turbo, test the shit. And I had a fucking Hyundai Tiburon. And just zoom, zoom, zoom. I would go hours because I had a racing wheel. I would go hours just trying not to hit my car in traffic, just on the highway.
Did you? So you said you was fucking with Dreamcast. Did you remember Tokyo Highway Battle? This was the first.
We didn't have many games for the Dreamcast.
I hear you. It was hard to get good games for the Dreamcast.
Yeah.
I get you. This was the first game. So like when you were like at the beginning of the race and everyone's like revving up to go. This was the first game where you could literally hit left and right and your wheels moved. I've never seen a game do that. Your wheels would move. I was like, what the fuck? Yo, Tokyo Highway Battle. Insane.
Again, for everyone watching, this shows you what we got hyped for The little advancements in animation,
bro, because
it made so much.
You know, but you know what
the
the
wheels
thing is?
moving was game changing.
Because now everybody's like, oh, look at the lighting. And to be honest with you, it's cool the first time you play it. After that, I don't give a fuck about the lighting.
I appreciate lighting.
Like no, but like if I'm going to bumps and the car's doing this shit and the thing, she's like, okay, I'm feeling the car. I don't give a shit. Like, you know, it's like, yo, you're putting a lot of emphasis in the graphics, and yes, it looks good, but I'm immersed, bro.
Yeah.
We used to think No Mercy was like, oh my god, the
that was
graphics
the
on that
biggest
shit was
advancement.
crazy.
Yeah,
And it was just blocks on top of blocks on top of blocks.
You want to hit something funny? Speaking of that, No Mercy is great. I'm in Lehman High School doing my computer science class, and my computer science teacher comes up and is like, oh, you're going to play the new wrestling game for the Xbox? The graphics look amazing. This was the graphics. We were like, oh, shit, yo, that shit's fucking way better than what we had before. Look at that shit now.
Yeah. And you know what made it better? The skin tone was smooth. That arm looked like an arm. It didn't. We didn't have to sweat.
It wasn't as blocky.
Yo,
there was a.
I remember when they emphasized like, yo, now when the game's over, you're gonna start sweating. It was like, oh shit, the character's sweating. Never noticed that during the fucking game.
Yeah.
Never played the game going, oh shit, my guy's sweating.
Yeah, we didn't care about that. There was a unlicensed wrestling game that I used to play for the PlayStation 1 called Power Moves Pro Wrestling. This game featured a lot of high flyers, which was insane. Like, yo, Power Move Pro Wrestling for the PS1. I dare you to watch gameplay on that. That game was fantastic. You could like shoot out the ring. It was great. But Ty goes, where was it? Anybody fucked with F-Zero? Quick story about F-Zero. My son had gotten, for his birthday, he had gotten the little SNES Mini, and he was in my brother's house. He took the SNES Mini to my brother's house. He was there. My son was there with his mother. His mother called me to ask when I was going to go to the house. So, because, you know, they were there. So my son is playing F-Zero in the back, and I hear the soundtrack to Mute City. And I was like, yo, y'all playing F-Zero? And she goes, oh my God, how do you know? I'm like, the song F-Zero was life. One of the best Super Nintendo soundtracks of all time. Metal Gear Solid 3 changed my life. Yo, you know they're remaking it, right? Metal Gear Solid Delta. I think it's more of like a remaster, not a remake. They're just making everything look better.
You know, I wasn't into those games. I had Splinter Cell.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, this is dope because you get to hide and you do all this other shit.
In the shadows, it was cool.
Yeah. But the minute they catch you, it's like, yo, why are there 8,000 fucking people here?
Yeah,
it was like, yo, you might as well restart the game. I think I was on like level 3, and I said, yo, fuck this. I can't do this.
So quick story, because we're about to, I have a lot of video game stories, guys.
It's about to be a whole episode, just video games.
You gonna be on next week?
Yeah, I'll be on next week.
Yo, you pick the video game era, and we'll talk about it.
We'll see. I'll be on though, but I don't know if we're gonna make it all video. But I will be on. I will be on for sure. Quick story. I'm 14 years old. My boy Joel invites me to his brother's house. So his brother was cool. He was a little older. He was into anime. He had a Sega Saturn. I didn't know many people with a Saturn.
Yo, we had the Saturn.
Yeah, I didn't know many people. So he was like a geek. So he had a lot of cool
Thomas
stuff.
Big Hurt Baseball.
Ooh, Frank Thomas Big Hurt Baseball. Stop. MVP 2000 is the best baseball game of all time, though.
Yes.
MVP 2000 is the best. It is. By far. They also said our last names on there. I remember the first time I heard my last name. I mean, I have a common baseball last name. Anyways.
Which one is that?
With Manny Ramirez in the cover.
On what system?
I think it was a PS1.
Oh, I'm thinking of no, I had the one for the N64.
Okay. Yeah, it was there too.
I think it was called MLB All-Star.
Let me see. MVP Baseball 2000. Okay, 2005 had Manny. Sorry.
I was gonna say yeah, because I remember playing that one.
I had 2000. Anyways, quick story, right? So my boy invites me to his house. We used to go to his brother's house all the time. His brother had the cool stuff in there. It was like a geek. It was fantastic. So we go in one day. and I see this game playing, and I'm like, "Yo, what is this game?" It's like it's Metal Gear Solid. It's like, I've never heard of this. What is this? So this guy, he takes his character, goes up against a wall, knocks on the wall. One of the bad guys hears the sound, goes, "Huh? What is that?" Goes around to check the sound. Solid Snake, the main character who did the knocking, goes around, grabs him, yokes him out. Nobody sees anything. And I was like, it's like, so you don't shoot the people in this game? He said, you can shoot them if you want, but the point is to take them out silently. I said, yo, I gotta go. I left. My big brother was already working. He was already cutting hair. My big brother at the time was probably like 21. He was at the house. Before I left the house, my brother goes, yo, I want to play a video game this weekend. So, find something cool. We'll go buy it. I ran home. I was like, yo, I got the game, bro. He goes, how much you need? $55. I ran up to 181st, got that. We beat it in that week. In 3 days, we beat that game. What an experience Metal Gear Solid was. Psycho Mantis reading your memory card. Having to put the controller in the second slot to be able to even beat that boss fight. If you guys want a video game episode.
This is the baseball game.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember that one.
My dog said Frank Thomas, Big Hurt Baseball.
Yo, that's the whole reason. That game is the reason I'm a St. Louis Cardinal fan.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what video game shit we could do. Yeah.
You know what we should do? We should do a tier list on video game eras.
We could do consoles.
Yeah.
We'll do a bunch of shit.
Yeah,
We'll think about something. Stop it with the RPGs because the PlayStation 1 is the RPG era. The JRPG era.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys making me. I'm fucking cry over here, bro. Video games is different for me.
Yeah. Twisted Metal, they're coming out with a series.
Yeah.
Was it on Netflix or is it HBO's?
Did you see it?
Peacock, yeah. With Samoa Joe. And
Sweet Tooth is Samoa Joe, one of the wrestlers.
Cool.
Here's the thing, right? At first, I was like, I don't think this is going to be good.
But that's what they're going for.
But watching Samoa Joe perfectly embody
Sweet Tooth
while somebody else is doing the voice, making it match perfectly, I was like, yo, I got to check this out. That alone, I was like, I might check this out.
And they're going for Twisted Metal has always been a ridiculous plot, and
there's no like actual
fucking like if we get like Mortal Kombat movie levels on this, it's fine.
Yeah, it's just something fun. I feel like it's not going to be something to take crazy serious either.
Yeah. It's not about like fucking. We're not fucking analyzing shit.
Yeah, it had Will Arnett singing the thong song. Like it's just,
which was kind of funny that they both sang it. That was kind of funny. The most ridiculous. Yeah, Jack and Daxter was wild. That's the guys that ended up making The Last of Us.
Yep.
Yeah. That goofy little game. It went from Crash Bandicoot to Jack and Daxter to The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Well, to Uncharted to The Last of Us. Naughty Dog. Best in the biz.
Nope.
Best in the biz.
Still one of the best stories in a video game. Like,
It's 12 o'clock though. I gotta wake up early. Y'all got me in video game talk. I'm sorry for doing this shit. My bad. I'm sorry.
Cav is like, he can go for another few hours. He's like, I can keep going.
This is me.
Listen.
This is me. This is what I specialize in.
Yeah.
This is it.
This is the secret invasion of video games.
Yeah, this is me. This is my jam.
That's what this turned into. It was like it was a secret invasion of video game discussions.
Yeah.
You thought we would talk about the movie, the show, but it's the video game the whole time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yo,
But
and on that note,
we'll think about something for next week. Yeah.
Facts.
Whatever for next week, plus our review of whichever how many episodes.
Yes.
we put out.
Whatever we get tomorrow.
So then, how about we start it like that? Taekwon gives me a great idea. We'll talk about the ridiculous like comic book video games. Spider-Man Web of Shadows, Spider-Man 1, 2, the X-Men arcade games. We'll workshop.
X-Men versus Capcom.
All of that shit.
Oh man. Yeah,
Marvel
we can say
Marvel versus Capcom. One of the
Marvel
best
versus
soundtracks.
Capcom.
No, they had X-Men versus Capcom as well. They had that for the Sega Saturn. You're not wrong. Children of the Atom. Yeah, they had that. So you're not wrong there. But best soundtrack of all time, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, Hulk Ultimate Destruction, insane. Yeah, we could do some shit like that, but we'll workshop it. I'm sorry, I'm getting excited.
I hear you. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, it's your friendly neighborhood knucklehead signing out before Cabs keeps going. Peace, everybody.
Peace.